So, welcome back, sir. Welcome back to the world of law. Welcome back to the world of HG. So, in the last class, we have completed the chapter 1 of the Companies Act, right? So, we'll do the scanner. The scanner includes MTPs, RTPs, previous exam questions, ICA examples that will be there in the middle of the chapter in ICA material. ICA test of knowledge, which will be at the end of the chapter. है ना? The first question, this was asked in 22, 24, 24. है ना? First question, based on the common seal, perpetual succession. After incorporation of Goodwill Private Limited Company on 15th May 24. 15th May, the share certificate were issued to Amit, Sumit, Sumati. Company is issuing a share certificate. To whom, beta? Share certificate. Being subscribers to memorandum of association of the company without affecting the common sale. So we have to affix the common sale on the share certificates. Yes or no, sir? We have to affix the common sale. Who should affix the sale? Common shell, if company doesn't have the common shell, it must contain the signatures of or one director or the CS. Remember? Yeah. We can affix the common shell thereon under the signature of the Amit and Sumit, the directors of the company. So who are these three? Amitu, Sumitu, Amitu, Sumitu, Sumati, they are the promoters of the company. They are the subscribers come directors. Subscribers means promoters. Subscribers means so they are also directors of the company. It was signed by two directors. How many directors? The company has yet to appoint the CS. The company has to appoint the CS. On the objection raised by Sumati, the director, above validity of the share certificate signed by other two directors, Amit and Sumit, clarified that since company has opted not to have the common sale for the company, the share certificate signed by the two directors is valid. So here three directors, three promoters are there. It's a private company, public company, private company. Which company, sir? Private company. Minimum number of members, two. But here how many members are there? These three are the directors, promoters, shareholders. These three are the promoters of the company, directors of the company, shareholders of the company. In this company, common sale is not there. CS is not appointed. Thus, it was signed by how many directors? Beta? Two directors, Amit and Sumit. Amit and one of the director is there, Sumati. Sumati is saying that share certificate is not valid because it was signed by only two directors. Who said that? Sumati. Different provisions of the Companies Act examine the correctness of the objection raised by the directors. In response, the clarification offered by the other directors. Would your answer be different if the company had the CS? This question was asked 3 to 4 times in the exam. See, as per company said, it must be signed by the two directors, है ना? Or one director and a CS. Between what is there, beta? Or is there? What is there? Whether company is having the CS? No. So whose signature is sufficient? Two directors. Here and on the or in between, it is not a and beta, it is a or. So if company does not have the company does not have the common sale, it must be signed by two directors. Sufficient? Sufficient. In this question, how many directors are signing? Two directors. Then if company is having a CS, it can be signed by one director and that is the answer. Clear? The documents needed to be authenticated by the common seal shall be required to be done only if company opt to have the common seal. If the company is having the common seal, they can affix the common seal. In case company does not have the common seal, authorization shall be made by two directors. How many directors? Here, how many directors are signing? Or one director and a CS. So, in the instant case, the objection raised by Sumati is not valid because it was signed by the two directors, that is Amit and Sumit. In case if company had the CS, then share certificate has to be signed by the one director and CS. Done. Yes or no, sir? The same question came 3 times in the exam. Next. Whether it is mandated to have the common seal for the company. If not, what are the other options available as per Companies Act 2025 January 2 marks? Clear? So, is it compulsory to have common seal? Company may have common seal. Company may not have common seal. Non-mandatory. Common seal is not a mandatory. From 13th May 2015, company may have common seal. If company does not have common seal, no, wherever company is supposed to sign, it must be signed by 2 directors or 1 director and CS. Done? Clear? So, it is not mandatory. It is not a mandatory. Yeah. Explain clearly. Next question. This question was asked in 96, 2004, 2011, 2021, 2017 also. Explain the concept of perpetual succession and common seal in relation to companies registered under the Companies Act. So, what is common seal? What is perpetual existence? Great question, beta. Next question 2024 mein beta. N and N holding 70% and 30% shares in the company. So, N is holding 70%. N is holding 30% shares in the company. Both died in an accident. Both are died. What is the minimum number of members in a private company? 2. It may be private company. So private company is there. 2 members are there. Both are deceased by accident. We discussed the 7 shareholders are there. 7 shareholders are going by car. Met with accident. Everyone is deceased. Whether will company die? We discuss one more example. One meeting was there. In the meeting, so many shareholders came. Even Navanit came. Navanit came with the box. Inside the box, what is there? Bomb. What bombs and dom? Common members deceased. All the members. Will company die? So both died in an accident. Answer with reference to provisions of the company. Said what will be the legal effect on the company? 2 shareholders are there. 2 shareholders will mar gaya. So what is the legal effect on the company as both members died? Will company die? Because company अलग होता है, member अलग होता है, even members may die, company will remain same. Companies had to 6 months time to add the members. Otherwise, companies had will follow the procedure prescribed to dissolve the company. To dissolve now, yeah, one of the features of the company is perpetual succession. Perpetual, even death of the all the members will not affect the life of the company. Done. Yes sir, no sir. This question came in the year 24, 25. 24 and next question. 1999. 19? When your father is so young. 2008, 2018, 2014. ABC Private Limited Company is a private company having the 5 members only. How many members, sir? Which company is this? Minimum number of members, sir? 2. But how many members are there? 5 members are there. All the members of the company were going by car to Mumbai in relation to some business. So who is going? All the members are going by a car. An accident took place. All of them died. How many people died? All of them died. Answer with reasons under the company said whether existence of the company comes to an end. No. So here 2 members are there. Here 5 members are there. That is the only difference. The same question is coming 99, 2008, 2014, 2018, including 2024, 25 also. Ara, yaar, समझ में आ रहा. So even death of the all the members will not affect the life of the company. Done. Examine the following whether their character and incorrect with reasons. A company being an artificial person cannot own the property, cannot sue, cannot be sued. Can a company have its own property? Yes. Can I file a case on the company? Yes. Can company file a case on me? Yes. Because company is a person like you and me. Whatever we can do, company can also do the same thing, except it will not suffer from old age, illness, and death. It will not feel hungry. It will not feel sleepy. But it can do everything what a natural person can through directors, shareholders, employees, etc. Yes or no, sir? Statement is wrong. Statement is question came in the ICA test your knowledge. Done. The company is an artificial person. It is a legal person. It has the same rights and obligations like individual. It can own the property. It can sue and it can be sued also. It can sue. It can be sued. Next question. This was asked in 2020, 2018, 2019, 2022, 2017. I said 20. I said TYK test your knowledge 2026 also. Examine whether the following statement is true or false. कितना बार आ रहा है एक क्वेश्चन? ऐसा no sir. For last 20 years same questions are being repeated. A company being a artificial person cannot own property, cannot sue, cannot be sued. Wrong statement. Just now we discussed about statement. A private limited company must have minimum 2 members. How many members, sir? Easy question. Private limited company should have 2 members. While public limited company, which company beta? Public limited company should have minimum of both the statements are true. Yes sir, no sir. This is false. This one will be true. Done. Clear. Can company have its own property? Yes. Can company sue? Yes. Can company sue? Yes. So above statement is wrong. Private company minimum 2. Public company minimum. Second statement is right. Done na? Clear. Everyone. Next question. This question was asked in 23, 22, 16, 19, 16. है ना? Mr. Raj formed the company with the capital of 5 lakhs. Who's forming the company? Raj, who's the promoter? 5 lakhs. He sold his business to another company. He sold his business to another company for 4 lakhs. How many lakhs, sir? For the payment of the sale, he accepted the shares worth of 3 lakhs. And the balance 1 lakh to be considered as a loan. Are you getting anything when you're reading this question? Are you getting anything? So if you observe this thing, similar to Salmon versus Salmon Company Limited. Dekho beta. What was happened in the Salmon case la? So we sold the business. Salmon sold his business to company for how much? 38,782. How much company gave? Shares 20,000. Cash 8,782. 10,000 debentures. Shares how many shares beta? 20,000. Debentures 10,000. Debenture means debt. Debenture means debt. है ना? Yeah. So the balance 1 lakh to be considered as a loan and Raj secured the amount by issue of the debentures. Exactly like a Salman case la. Which case la? His wife, 3 children. His wife and 3 children. In real life, Salman wife, 4 children, 1 daughter. In the real life. So his wife and 3 daughters took the 1 share each. The same thing was happened in the Salman case la also. He gave 1 share to each one of them. है ना? Remaining shares held by whom beta? Salman. In this, out of this 21 shares, 1 share he given to wife, 4 shares to 4 sons, 1 share to daughter. Remaining 19,996. है ना? 4 held by whom beta? Salman. Similar, huh? So Raj becomes Salman. That's it. So his wife, 3 children took 1 share each, owing to strike. The company was wound up. The company was on the date of winding up. What is the worth of the assets in the company? 6,000 pounds. Liabilities 17. Out of the 17, 10,000 secured by whom beta? Salman itself. Remember, the assets of the company were valued at 60,000 and debt due to unsecured creditors was 80,000 and Raj retained the entire 60k as a payment. Actually, on the date of incident, what is the worth of the assets? 60,000. Outside creditors, IT and Raj 1 lakh. Raj anta 1 lakh. What is this 1 lakh? Secured creditor. Secured. Raj said, I will take the 60K. I will take this total 60K. Can he say like that? Yes, because secured creditor. राज अलग होता है, राज कंपनी अलग होता है. Same Salman case law. Exactly as this. Copy pasted. So Raj returned the 60K as payment of the letter. To this, other creditors objected. Their contention was that the man could not own money to himself. But a company अलग होता है, Raj अलग होता है. Yes or no, sir? And enter sum of 60K should be paid to outside creditors. Examine the rights of the Raj and other creditors. Who will succeed? Who will succeed, beta? Raj. Here, Raj is nothing but a Salman. Salman case law as it is copy pasted. 23, 22, 16, 19, 16. Done. Clear. Ara. So Raj is entered into the assets of the company as he was security creator of the company. Done. Contention of the creators that Raj and company are one and the same is wrong. Same thing was happening in Salman case law. The court it was held that company is a real company by fulfilling the legal formalities and company is different from the promoter Salman. So secured debenture should be paid prior to over the outside unsecured creditors. Here Raj is a secured creditor. Which creditor Raja? Balance 1 lakh to be considered as a loan and Raj secured. Raj is secured the amount by issue of the debentures, secured debentures. The same thing was happened in Salman case law also. Done? Clear? Everyone? Next one. Fraudulent trading. Which trading, beta? Questions based on fraudulent trading. 96, 2004, 2013, 2019 also, beta. Same question. The same question came in the 2024 also recently. 25 also. See, some of the creators of the measures Get Rich Quick Limited have complained that the company was formed by promoters. Company was formed by promoters only to defraud the creditors. Only to circumvent the complaints of the legal provisions of the company set. In this context, they seek your advice as to the meaning of the corporate will and when the promoters can be made personally liable for the debts of the company. Two questions are there. Question number one, what is corporate will and whether promoters are personally liable for the lifting of the corporate will or not. So we discuss the same thing. Fraudulent trading. Which trading? If the company is incorporated with a genuine lawful purpose, corporate will be respected. If in the winding up of the company, if it appears to the court that the business of the company has been carried on with the intent to defraud the creditors, defraud the, if you see same wording will be there in the question, with the intent to defraud the creditors, intent to formed by the promoters only to defraud the creditors. Same wording is there. So what is the meaning of corporate bill, beta? Company अलग होता है, members अलग होता है. There is an imaginary clause between the company and members of the company. For the activity of the company, company will be liable. For the activity of directors, promoters, they are personally liable. If any promoter, director, shareholder trying to take unfair advantage over the corporate bill, like fraudulent trading, then will be lifted. Will be by treating the company and such defaulting officer both are one and the same. Done. So he's asking what is the corporate bill? Whether promoters are personally liable in case of the fraud. Yes, promoters are personally liable. Done. Clear? Bolo. For Dinsha case, how many stars we kept? I think 10 to 15 stars. How many stars? How many stars we kept? 20 stars. Maybe 10 stars. देखो कितना बार आया Dinsha. Aisha. See, question set says nothing into 3 lines. This came nearly 10 to 15 times in the exam, beta. सुनो बच्चों FN ऐसे से FN was a wealthy man. Which man? The same thing will be there in the case law also, but if you observe, Dinsha was a wealthy man will be there. First statement will be. Where is Dinsha? Third Dinsha Maniji Patel. Dinsha was a wealthier millionaire. So Dinsha was a wealthy man, earning the huge income by way of the dividend and interest. The same thing will be there. Enjoying the large profits of income in the form of interest and ara. That's why focus more on the examples. As this Reta. So dividend and interest. He formed three private limited companies. In the real life, how many companies he formed? Four. But here, three companies agreed with each to block of investments as a pretended loan. Which loan? This way, he divided the income into three parts in a bid to reduce the tax liability. Reduce the decide for what purpose company was formed to avoid the payment of taxes. To avoid the payment of question number one. Whether legal personality on these companies are disregarded? Answer is yes. These companies are formed only to divide the income, avoid the payment of taxes. So, bill between the F and companies formed by F should be lifted by treating both are bananas. So, how to answer this question, beta? First, what is the meaning of the corporate bill? Lifting of the corporate bill. Dinsha case la analysis of present case. F is the wealthy man getting the income in the form of interest and dividend. So, to avoid the payment of taxes, F is forming three companies with his workers, dividing the income and transferring the same income to himself as a pretended loan. The main purpose of formation of companies by the Dinsha is just to avoid the payment of taxes. Then court had to lift the veil between the F and companies formed by F by treating both are one and the same. Done. Clear. ABC Private Limited company has been overstating the expenditure. Can they do? Overstating the expenditure means actually expenditure incurred is 10 lakhs, but they're showing it as 15 lakhs. उसको बोलते हैं overstatement. Why they're showing the more expenditure? To show the less profits. More expenditure means less profits in pay and account. More credits means more profit. More debits means less profits. Less profits. Debitors the expenses. ఏం చేస్తున్నారు అకౌంట్స్ లా ఇన్కమ్స్ credited, expenses debited. If you're more debiting, profits will reduce. More crediting, ABC Private Limited company has been overstating the expenditures in their P&L account for the past few years. What they're doing, something bad thing they're doing behind the wheel. On inquiry, it was found that the major purpose was to avoid the payment of taxes. So more expenditure, less profits. Less profits means less tax. Logical. More expenditure debiting, then profits will reduce. Less profits means less income tax. The main purpose of this thing is to avoid the payment of taxes. However, there was no fraudulent in. So the corporate bill of the company should be lifted. It's a fraud only, na beta? Yes, sir. No, sir. Kattappa did the murder already. He said, "Sorry, Bahu, my intention is good intention only." Can he say like that? Bill should be lifted. Bill should be. He's confusing you here. No fraudulent intention. He's doing the fraud itself already. Yes, sir. No, sir. The fraud gada. I did fraud. I'm saying that I'm a good, genuine person, gentleman. Can he say like that? Yeah. Bill should be lifted. Next, reduction of the number of members below statutory minimum anta. This question came so many times. How many times? So many times. 2020, 19, 22, 16. Red Limited was incorporated on 1st April 14, facing severe effects of depression. Depression means when we will get depressed if we're not happy with what we're expecting. When company will be depressed when it is not making the profits. Yes, sir. No, sir. What company expects? Profits. What we expect so many things from the people. Yes, sir. No, sir. So company was facing the depression of the economy. Of the economy means companies into losses. Owing to its bad financial status, most of the members started with drawing their holdings from the company. It's a public company, private company, public company, limited. Red Limited, Red PBT Ltd, Red Limited. That private limited company means private company. That limited means public company. Minimum number of members 7. So owing to bad financial status, most of the members have started drawing their holding from the company. Most of the companies selling their shares. The company had 250 members. How many members, sir? On 10th January 19. 10th January. Minimum members 7. But how many members are there? 250. Is it good? Fine. Next one. By 15th January. By 15th, next 5 days, 244 members withdrawn their holdings. Out of 255, 250, 244 sold. कितना बच गया? 6. When this was happened? 15th January. 15th January 19. Active will give 6 months time. How much time? To add remaining 6 or more than 6%. No new member was invested. No new member invested in the company thereafter. In the company after 15th January, it should be till the date. Now, an existing member has approaching you to advise him regarding his liabilities. Limited or unlimited? Unlimited, because no other members are investing. No other members are investing. Active will give 6 months time. How much time, beta? Yes, sir. No, sir. That is till 14, 1, 19. Active will give 1 got 6. Companies active will give 6 months time. See, no new member was invested in the company after 15th January. 15th January. It's not February, it's January. Till the date. But till the date, maybe 2020. Maybe 2020. Till the date means company keep on continuing. Then beta 6 months is expired. If we have to assume it as 6 months is expired. So existing members will be personally liable for activities of the company if they have the knowledge of the default. Knowledge of the done. Clear? So remember that example we discussed Hyderabad, Happy New Year. Will be lifted. Will be. See, in this 6 months, will is there or not? Yes. After 6 months, will be lifted. If it is February only, then will be there. Will be. If it is February only, will be there. If it is January, will not be there. Assumptions. So if it is February, no beta. So January, February, March, April, May, June, will be there. After that, will be lifted. For 6 months, will be there. Then the reduction of the number of members during the period of 1 month shall be severally liable for the payment of the whole debts of the company counted during that time. Maybe severally thereafter something is given, but reduction of members first 6 months. First 6 months will be there. After 6 months, will be lifted. Then a public limited company. Which company? Public limited company has only 7 shareholders. Public or private? Minimum required members. How many members are there? 7 members are there. All the shares are fully paid up. There are 7 shareholders are there. Ajay, Bharat, Charan, Dhiran, Ishwar, Firdos. Or Fayaz. Kaus. Sarpadada. Or Ganesh. 7 shareholders are there. Each one is having one share. Assumption. Shares are fully paid up. Shares are fully paid up. All the shares of one shareholder are sold by court in an auction purchased by the another shareholder. So Ganesh is selling his shares. Ganesh is purchased by whom, beta? Firdos. So Ganesh Firdos shares will become the 2. समझ में आया question? All the shares of one shareholder sold in an auction purchased by another shareholder. So now number of members कितना हो गया बेटा? 6. The company continues to carry on the business thereafter. What does it mean? 6 months is expired. Company continues. For how many days? So many days. Done. So discuss the liabilities of the shareholders of the company. The shareholders will be personally liable for the debts of the company after expiry of the 6 months. Done? Clear? Everyone? Yeah. Next question, beta. This question was asked once upon a time 9, 10, 15, and 18. But interesting question. Which question? देखेंगे बेटा देखेंगे QMC Limited. Public or private? Public. Minimum number of members? 7. The company has only 7 shareholders having fully paid up shares. It's a public company. Minimum numbers are 7. This company is also having 7 members. On 30th April 2009, all the shares of X, shareholder of the company, are sold to Y, another shareholder of the company, in an auction by order of the court. See, this company is there, beta, on 30th April. When, beta? 30th April 2009. Out of the 7 shareholders, Ajay, Bharat, Charan, Dhiran, Ishwar, Firdos, Gaush. Everyone is having one share, for example. So Gauss become insolvent. His shares purchased by the Firdos. Number of members reduced to 6. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And beta, 6 months time will be there till 30th October. Till 30th October 2009. Here bill will be there. 7 members are there. Here 6 members will be there. Bill will be there. After this, if 6 members are there, no bill will be lifted. April हो गया ना बेटा April हो गया we have to count the 6 months May June July August September October after 30th October we will be lifted if you are unable to add the one more member. Z, a shareholder of the company, was in the USA business trip from January from the January 1st January 2019. One of the shareholders is Z. One of the shareholders is Z. Z was in the USA trip. So in January, how many members are there? 7 members. Out of 7, 6 are in Hyderabad, 1 is in the USA. Thus, he was not aware of the developments, not aware of the. If the number of members reduced below statutory minimum after expiry of the 6 months, existing members are liable if they have the knowledge. They have the. Whether Z know all these things, whether Z is liable, Z is not liable after 6 months, even unable to add the one more member because law assumes that even 100 thieves can be escaped, but one innocent should not be punished. Here Z is the innocent. A center, he was not aware of the developments. The company continues to carry on business thereafter. What does it mean? 6 months expired. 6 months in December 2009. In December, when bill is lifted? October. In December, 1st December 2009, the company borrows 5 lakhs rupees from the Unique Bank. 5 lakhs rupees from the Unique Bank. For this, who is liable, beta? 6 members. 5 members except Z. Out of 6, remaining 5 are liable except Z. A, B, C, D. E. A, B, C, D will be liable. Z will not be liable because he is ignorant. He is in December 2000, company borrowed sum of 5 lakh rupees from Unique Bank. Later, the company was wound up. The assets of the company are not sufficient for the liabilities. The bank filed the case against the Y and Z. Y and one of the member is Y. Y and Z for recovery of the said loan. Decide the liability of Y. Y is liable? Yes. Z is liable? No, because he is ignorant. Under the provisions of the Companies Act. Question number 1. One more question is that would your answer be same if the said loan was taken in the month of March? In the month of March, how many members are there? 7 members. 6 in Hyderabad, 1 is in USA. Oh, Naimar is there in USA. In the month of March, if the company is taking the loan, who will be liable? In the month, use your brain. In the month of March, wheel is there or not? Yes. Then who will be liable? Company will be liable. In the month of March, how many members? Everything is satisfied in the month of March. Something must happen on 30th April. Here also wheel will be there. Wheel will be lifted after 6 months. After here wheel will be there. Here wheel will be there. Here wheel will not be there. Here company is liable. Here company is liable. Here existing members are liable if they have the knowledge. Done. So if the loan is taken in this month, who will be liable? Company will be liable. Who will be liable? 14th question అయిపోయింది. See, here Z has no knowledge. Z will not be liable. Case 2. If the loan is taken in the month of the March, company itself is liable because will be there. Next question is based on the Guilford Motors Center. This question was asked in 14, 24, 16, 24. है ना? Mr. Samyak was appointed as an employee of the Moonlight Timber Private Limited Company on the condition that he has to leave his employment and still Samyak was appointed as an employee. He was employee of the Moonlight on the condition that if he was to leave the employment, if he's leaving, he will not solicit the customers of the company. After some time, he formed a company. He set up his own business under the proprietorship, proprietorship sole trader, and undercut Moonlight Private Limited company's prices. Undercut means less than the company price. On a legal advice from legal consultant, but first, how is forming a company? Sole trader. How is forming a company? Can he solicit the customers of the Moonlight? Because sole trader and shop is the same, but company अलग होता है, promoter अलग होता है. So on the legal advice from legal consultant to refrain from provisions of the breach of the contract, this is the crux. He formed a new company under the name 9 Stars. How many stars anta? This is Moonlight is forming a company called 9 Stars Timber Private Limited Company. In this company, his wife, friend, Samyak are the shareholders. Same thing was happened in this case, if you remember. And Dinsha, Daimler, Sunny formed a new company with the help of his wife and friend. Wife and same thing is there, madam. That's why focus on the case laws a lot. Moonlight Timber Private in this company, wife and friend were Samyak are the shareholders and directors. They took the Samyuk business and continued it. Company taking the business of this Samyuka. Moonlight Timber Private Limited files a suit against the 9 Stars for the violation of the contract. 9 Stars Timber Private Limited Company argues that the contract was entered between the Samyak and Moonlight, and company was separate person. So 9 Star Private Limited Company was not violated the provisions of the agreement. So here Guilford Motors is Moonlight. Honey is the Samyak. Yes sir, no sir. The main purpose of the formation of the company by Samyak is to solicit the customers of the Moonlight without making the breach of contract. The court will lift the will between the Samyak and company formed by Samyak by treating both the separate legal entity between the Samyak and 9 Stars should be disregarded. Yes sir, no sir. Kitna बार है देखो बेटा question exam 1, 2, 3, 4 times. How many times sir? As it is. Hope you're understanding the importance of the questions. Next question, Makara versus Northern Assurance Company Limited. Separate property. Which property? Mr. Saroj sold his business of cotton. In the real life case law, which business is that? Timber business. Which business? Timber. Timber was destroyed by fire accident. Who was taking the insurance policy? Makura. On the timber belongs to company. Can I take the insurance policy on the property of the company? No. Mr. Suraj sold his business of cotton production to cotton production company, CPL Private Limited Company, in which he held all the shares except one, which was held by his wife. There is a person called Suraj beta. Suraj and his wife formed a company called CPL Private Limited Company. CPL 100 shares are there, 99 shares are with the Suraj, 1 share is with his wife. The same thing was happened in the Makura Bajaj Northern Assurance Company Limited. He also creditor of the company for certain amount. He also got the insurance of the stock of the cotton of the CPL in his own name. Can he take the insurance in his own name? तो किसका बिजनेस है बेटा? कंपनी का. Who stock is that? Company stock. Who can take insurance policy? Company. But who's taking? Can you take that insurance policy in that building? Strangers building. Who? I don't know who is that. Can I take the insurance policy in strangers building? No. To take insurance policy, we should have the insurable interest. Which interest? As it is in the place of the Makura, he is replacing with the Suraj. And not in the name of the company. Not in the name of the company. After 1 month, all the stock of the cotton of the company was destroyed by fire. Suraj filed a claim for the loss. Can he win the case from insurance company? No. State with the reasons whether the insurance company is liable to pay. No. Insurance itself is void of an issue. Because we cannot take the insurance policy in the life of someone. Who can take the insurance policy? Company. But not the Makura. But not the Suraj here. Or Makura there. Done. Clear. Suraj cannot have the insurable interest on the property of the company. So insurance company is not liable to pay the amount of Suraj. Insurance itself is void. Done. Same example we discussed as it is. Next heading. Different provisions of the company should answer the following. Corporate will sometimes fail to protect the members of the company from the liability connected to the company's action. Explain the 3 instances. So he's asking when corporate will be lifted. 23, 2002, 18, 24. Repeat ho raha hota. So we may lift the will to decide the enemy character of the company. We discussed the case law, Daimler versus Continental Tire, and production of the revenue Sardinsha to avoid the legal obligation. Workers of Associates Rubber Industries Limited and company acting as agent of the subsidiary and company formed to do the fraudulent activities will be lifted. Direct question. Next question, 2015 में आया. A limited company can become the partner in the partnership firm. Can a company become a partner in the partnership firm? Whether company is a person? Whether company is a person? Which person? Artificial person. If you want to become a partner in the partnership firm, the partner must be person. Natural and artificial are both. Both. So can a company become the partner? Yes. We have to think like that. Whether company is a person? Yes. Company is a person. And who can become a partner of the partnership firm? Person. To become the partner, the person can be natural person. He can be artificial person. So company is a artificial person. So company can become a person partner in the partnership firm. 2 marks, 3 marks like that he will ask. With this, we have done with the questions on the topic 1. Done. So in the next class, we'll start the types of companies. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Done. Tata. Bye bye. See you. Goodbye. Yeah. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to the world of law and SG. Let us start the scan on the types of companies. Types of the first question. This was asked so many times in the exam. 2006, 2017, 2022, 2021 also. The first question is based on the private limited company. Which company? Private limited company. Jagannath Oils Limited is a public company having 220 members. So which company is this? Limited company, not a PVT LTD. It is a LTD, public company. So what is the maximum number of members in the public company? No limit. Right now 220 members are there. Period how? Yes. Of which 25 members were employees in the company during the period of 2006 to 16. 6 to 16. They were allotted the shares in Jagannath Oils Limited for the first time in 1st July 2007, which were sold by them on 1st August 2016. After some time, on 1st December 2016, each of these 25 members acquired shares in the Jagannath Oils Limited, which they are holding till date. Now the company wants to convert into private company. Being a private company, maximum number of members 200. Right now, which company? Public company. Converting into private company. So, but being a private company, maximum number of members can be 200. Whether Jagannath Oils Limited is required to reduce the number of members, would your answer be different if 25 members were employees in Jagannath Oils Limited for the period of 2006 to June 2017? 2017. So what is the question, beta? Let me explain you. One company is there, beta. Jagannath Oils Limited, public company. They want to convert into Jagannath Oil Private Limited company. Being a public company, there is no limit on the number of members. It can have unlimited number of members. Being a private limited company, maximum number of members can be 200. While counting this 200, we should not count the present employees who were allotted the shares by company, because you are an employee, because you are maybe given for discount or free of cost, employee stock options, something like that. And see, companies giving the free shares to discounted shares to Satish and Ganesh. Satish and Ganesh. Satish staying in the company. He's a present employee. Ganesh resigned. He's a past employee. But for Ganesh and Satish, company is giving the share because you are an employee. Because you are a and Gopal also employee of the company. And whether will we count the Satish? We will not count in 200. Will we count the Ganesh in 200? We will not count. Yes or no, sir? Santosh is also Santosha. Satvik. Satvik is also employee of the company, but Satvik is purchasing the shares in the share market. He is also employee. Here, Satish is employee, Gopal is Ganesh is employee, and Satvik is also employee. It is given for free of cost for these two people, present employee, past employee. But these are given when he was employee. When he was they will not be counted. Satvik is also employee of the company. He is buying outside. His company is not giving for free of cost. Will be counted? Yes. Satvik will be counted. Satvik is also employee, but he will be counted because company is not giving. Is taken from outside market. समझ में आया बेटा? See, 3 employees are there. Satish is there. Gopal is there. Satvik is there. Company is impressed by performance of Gopal and Satish. Company giving free share. They should not be counted for 200. Satvik is an employee, but Satvik is purchasing shares in the share market. He will be counted. He will be done. See, what was happening in this case? When there are 25 employees are there, when these 25 employees are joined in the company in 2006, 2000, what is the date? 1st April 2006, they resigned in 28th June. They joined in the company 1st April 2006. When they resigned 28th June 2016. So this is the period of employment for these 25 employees. Fine. So they become the employees in 2006. They resigned in 2016. They were allotted the shares in Jagannath Oils Limited 1st July 2007. 1st July 2007. That means after joining, company is giving the share. 1st July 2007, the shares are allotted. Will be counted shares in 200? If it's converting into private company, we will not. When they sold the shares, 1st August, they sold it on the 1st August 2016. 1st August 2017, these shares are sold. 16, these shares are sold. So shares are allotted, we will not count them. वो बेच दिया भी, then वो बेच दिया means the provision will not be applicable. Provision will not be. While counting the 200, we should not count the present employees, past employees who become the member because of employment. Because of done, clear. Next. After some time, on 1st December 2016. 1st December 2016. In the month of December 2016, they are the employees of the company? No. They are buying the shares outside market. Will they count it for number of members? Yes. Yes, sir. No, sir. After some time, in December 2016, each of these 25 members acquired the shares of Jagannath Oils Limited, which they are holding till the date. Now the company want to convert into private company. Whether Jagannath Oils Limited is required to reduce the number of members? Answer is yes, because we will count them. Because these are holding the shares not as the employees, not as a past employees. They are holding the shares as the outsiders. Then past employee అని చెప్పారు కదా సార్, ఇక్కడ చూడు. హియర్ సతీష్ షేర్ ఇచ్చింది కంపెనీ, బట్ కంపెనీలో ఉన్నాడు. గోపాల్కి కంపెనీ షేర్ ఇచ్చింది, రిజైన్ చేసాడు, షేర్ అమ్మాలి. He is the past employee of the company who is holding the share of the company which was given when he was the employee. When he was there. But Satvik is there, no. He is a present employee. He is holding the shares not because of company given, because buying in the outside market. Here, these 25 people buying the shares in the outside market, they will be counted. They will be for number of members. Then, would your answer be different if about 25 members were employees in Jagannath Oils Limited for the period of 2006 to 2017? 2006 to, that means they are not selling the shares. Then they will not be counted. So 200 minus 25, 195 only. Company need not reduce the number of members in second case. Company has to reduce the number of members in the first case. Clear? So the depth of the questions he is asking. Clear? So clear number question. So step number 1, provision of the law. Being a private company, it can have maximum 200. While counting the 200, we should not count the present and past employees who become the members because of the employment. Because of the, if employee purchases shares outside market, they will be counted. If company is giving the shares to employees, they will not be counted for number of members. Done? Both the cases clear. Second question, beta. This was asked in the year 2023 for 4 marks. Prashant Infra Height Limited is a public company. Which company? TVT Ltd, LTD? LTD is a public company having 215 members. How many can they have? Yes, because there is no limit on the number of members. Out of 215 members, 20 members were employees in the company during the period of 1st June 21 to 30th June 23. Same question. When they become the employees? 1st June 21. When they resigned? 30 June 23. They were allotted the shares in the Infra Heights Limited on 2017. Out of 215 members. So they were allotted the shares in the Prashant Infra Limited on 1st April 2017, which are held by them till 2023. When these shares are given to these people 1st April 17, that means they are not the employees. They are not the, they are purchased in the outside market. Which market? They are the members of the company till 31st October 23. See, these 20 members are there, but when they become the employees? 21 till 23. But when they purchase the shares, 1 for 17. Here, they are the members of the company, but not as an employee, but not as a, they acquired outside market. They purchase shares in 1 for 17, they are holding shares till the 31st October 2023. Now the company wants to convert into private company. State with reasons whether Prashant Infra Limited is required to reduce the number of members. Answer is whether we have to count them for number of members. Yes, because it is not given by company for free of cost. So total number of members 215, including this 20. We have to count them. So we have to reduce the number of members to 200. Yes sir, no sir. Able to understand? Required to reduce the number of members. Clear? Huh? While counting the number of members, we should not count the present employees, past employees, if the it is given by company to those employees because of employment. Because of here, these 20 people holding the shares, not because of employment, they become the members before employment. Before done, clear. While in that employment, while in that, if these shares are given while they are employees, they will not be counted. But in this question, they purchase the shares before they become employees. Done, clear. Next, state the conditions of restrictions with which private limited companies incorporated. So, is asking the three restrictions. Private company means a company which has a minimum capital as may prescribed by its AOA. Three restrictions. A restricts the transferability of the share, limits number of members to 200, prohibits invitation to public. So, is asking the what are the three restrictions in the AOA of the private limited company. Then clear. So, next question. XYZ company private limited desires of raising the funds through acceptance of deposits from public. Seek your advice on the matter. You being the financial advisor of the company, advise the company whether acceptance of deposits from public in the given case is valid as per provisions of the Companies Act. Which company is this? Private company. Private limited company want to accept deposits from public. Can they do so? Can it? No. Third restriction. What is first restriction? Restriction on the transferability of the shares. Second restriction, maximum number of members to 200. Third one, prohibits the invitation to public. Prohibits invitation to public to subscribe any of its securities. That security means shares, dependents, deposits. Yes sir, no sir. That means uh, prohibiting any invitation or acceptance of deposits from persons other than members, directors, relatives. Being a private limited company, it can accept the deposits only from the members, directors, relatives only, but not from public. Yes sir, no sir. In the present question, the company cannot accept the deposits from the public. Then invalid. State whether the following statements are true or false. Only one person can form the company under company set. Answer is yes, but it must have the nominee also. Number of members in a private company under company set cannot exceed 50. 50 or 200? 200. Statement is false. Clear? Clear? Based on the conversion. This question is very important. 96, 2005, 2017, 2023, 21, 19, 2024 also. 2024 also. Questions based on the question. Next question is చాలా important question. Fortune Traders Limited, PVT Ltd or LTD? LTD, not PVT Ltd. It's a public company. Which company? Was registered as a public company. Company is having 256 members. Can it have the company 256 members in the company as noted below? Directors and the relatives 113. Employees 14. Ex-employees 20. And 20. 20 couples holding the shares jointly in the name of husband and wife. Husband and wife. Satishu, Ganeshu, Milke, they're buying one share. Two people, one person, two shareholder, one shareholder. One shareholder. Joint shareholder should be counted as a single. We discussed one example, pastry. Four people are sitting beside the dustbin. They purchase one pastry. Yes sir, no sir. Clear na? Let us count the number of members actually being if it's board of directors of the company proposes to convert into private company. So right now public company they want to convert as a private company. Advise the board of directors about the steps to be taken for conversion into private company, including the reduction of number of members if necessary, whether we have to reduce the number of members or not. Right now which company? Public company. How many members are there? 256. Converting as a private company. Maximum number of members. Let us see whether how many members are there in the company. Directors and relatives. How many? 136. 130. Employees 0. Because being a private company, while counting the 200, we should not count the present employees. Ex-employees 0. We should not consider the past employees. Joint shareholders anta. We have to count them as a 20. Yes sir, no sir. Two people were buying one share only. Satish Ganesh purchased one share. Two shareholders or one shareholder? One shareholder. 20 couples are there. How many couples are? 20 shares. Then others say how many? 20. 136 plus 20? 156 plus 20? 176 only. Whether a company has to reduce the number of members? Not required. Then this question came in 96, 2005, 2017, 23, 21, 19, 20, 24 also. So, total 176 members are the company. Need not reduce the number of members. And if it's asking the procedure, we have to convert the general meeting. We have to pass the special resolution. Then, procedure also we have to write. Next question. Questions based on the OPC, 1% company. Anil formed a 1% company on 16th April 2018 for manufacturing of electric cars. The turnover of the OPC for the financial year 31st March 19 was 2.25 crores. His friend Sunil wanted to invest in 1% company, so they decided to convert voluntarily into private company. Can Anil do so as per the provisions of the Companies Act? So, convert into private company. Can we convert the OPC to private company? Yes, by following the procedure prescribed under the Companies Act. Section 262 of the Companies Act defines OPC means a company which has a single person as a member. However, private company shall have a minimum of the 2 persons without any restrictions on the share capital or turnover. OPC is converted into private company. So, Anil and Sunil both can be members of the company, and investment of Sunil can be accepted after conversion. After can be voluntarily converted into private company. Which company? Next question, beta. This was asked in 19, 20, 21. 3 times I. How many times? Why incorporated a OPC, making his sister Z as the nominee? Who is the member? Who is the nominee? Z is leaving India permanently due to her marriage abroad. Akka marrying American, so Akka is leaving the India permanently. Can the nominee be non-resident? Can the nominee be non-resident? She is leaving permanently. She will not come back to India. Can she do so? To form the OPC, you must be natural person. You must be citizen of India. Third one, you may be resident or non-resident also accepted. And Pakka, you must be resident. Yes or no, sir? Resident or non-resident? Anyone? Anyone? What you think? What you expect? Same? Shruti? Thinking same thing? Or differently? See, let us read it again. Why incorporated a OPC, making his sister Z as a nominee? Z is leaving India permanently due to her marriage abroad. Due to this fact, she withdrew her consent as a nominee in the said OPC. Since she is leaving India, she wants to withdraw her nomination. Within how many days we got to appoint a new nominee? Within how many days? 15 days. If there is any change in the MOA, AOA, it should be filed with the ROs within 6 months. Taking into considerations provisions of the company should answer the following. Is it mandatory for the Z to withdraw the nomination in the said OPC if she leaving the India permanently? Answer is no, because nominee can be resident to non-resident. Member can be resident to non-resident. And second question. Once upon a time, he must be resident. I think before COVID or something, the provision was he must be natural person, he must be citizen, he must be resident. But now it is resident or non-resident. It's amended. This clause is amended. Once upon a time, he must be natural person, he must be citizen, he must be resident. But now, resident or non-resident. Even she is living in India, leaving the India, still she can be nominee because you need not be resident. Can Z continue her nomination in the said OPC if she maintain the status of resident in India? Answer is yes. She can continue. She can also resign. Then question clear? Clear? Whether or not resident, whether or not he may be resident, he may be non-resident. Clear? Next question. Mr. A is an Indian citizen. He stay in India during the immediately preceding to finance. Preceding the financial year is 115 days. Why he is giving 115 days? Resident means who is staying more than 120 days in the previous financial year. So Anil is the Indian citizen who stayed in India immediately preceding financial year is 115 days. So Anil is resident or non-resident? Non-resident. He appoints B as his nominee, who is a foreign citizen. Who is a foreign citizen and who stayed in India for 130 days, more than the 120 days. Resident or non-resident? So B is resident, A is non-resident. To become the member or the nominee, you must be natural person, you must be citizen of India. Citizen of India. You may be resident or you may be non-resident. Can B become the nominee? No. Shruti, can the A become the member of OPC? Saying only 115 days. Yes. Because A is a natural person, Anil. A is a natural person, he is a citizen, he is a non-resident, he is A can become member, but B cannot become OPC. B cannot become the nominee. B cannot become the thing. Is A is eligible to incorporate the OPC? Answer is yes, because A is a natural person, citizen, is non-resident. Because third condition, he may be resident or non-resident. And if yes, can he give the name of B in the MOA as a nominee to become the member after A's incapability? Answer is no, because B is foreigner. B is then A can become the member of OPC, but B can become the nominee because he is not a citizen of India. He is not a is a foreign citizen. Then A is eligible to form the OPC. B cannot become the nominee. Done. Clear? Next question, beta. Question number 10. Question number. Mr. R is the Indian citizen. A citizen? Observe, while giving the lecture also, I kept so many stars for that point. He must be citizen of India, resident or not. On that point, all his testing. Mr. R is the Indian citizen who stayed in India immediately preceding financial year 130 days. So, R is a natural person, R is a citizen of India, he is a resident. So, can R become the member of OPC? Yes. He is appointing as a foreign citizen as a nominee who has stayed in India 125 days. He is a natural person. He is a resident, but not a foreign citizen. So can S become nominee? No. Is R is eligible to incorporate OPC? If yes, can he give the name of S in the MOA as the nominee? Justify your answer. Same question, beta. Upper wala. Same question. 21, 22, 22. Ara. Next question. Define OPC and state the rules regarding the membership. Can it be converted into non-profit and company under Section 8 or a private company? Can OPC convert into Section 8 company? Can OPC? OPC cannot be Section 8 company. OPC cannot be NBFC, cannot be. Yes or no, sir? Can it convert into private company? Yes, by adding one more person. But it cannot become the Section 8 company. Which company? It cannot be formed the Section 8 company. Next question, है ना? Question number 12. Done. We'll discuss in the next class. Welcome back to the world of law and SG. So, in the last class, we discussed till question number 11. Next question number 12. Such a lengthy question. Kamal, a chartered accountant, started e-commerce business by incorporating a OPC. Who started the business? What he started? When 1st October 23. He is being sole member of the OPC, named his brother Sudhakar with his consent as his nominee. Who is Sudhakar? Nominee in the MOA. So who is the member? Kamal. Who is the nominee? Sudhakar. Now Kamal intends to replace Sudhakar. Can member remove the nominee? Yes. Kamal intends to replace the Sudhakar and to nominate any of the following shortlisted friends as the nominee. So instead of Sudhakar, he want to keep his friend. Who are they? One is Robert and Dinkar. Robert is an Indian citizen. A citizen is a natural person. Is a citizen of India. Resident in India. Resident in shifted his residence to USA on 31st March 22. 31st March and has not returned to India till 1st January 24. What is the date today? 1st October 2023 he is formed. So to become the nominee, he must be natural person, he must be citizen of India, he may be resident or non-resident. Can Robert become nominee? Yes. He has one more option, beta. The other option is Dinkar. He is a natural person, he is a Indian citizen and non-resident in India. Non-resident in India and came for employment in India on 1st April 23 and have been continuously staying in India since then. So frankly speaking, both can be appointed as the nominees. Then he must be natural person, citizen of India and resident or non-resident. Different provisions of the Companies Act advise Kamal regarding the eligibility of his shortlisted friends to be appointed as a nominee and the procedure to be followed for changing the nominee. Within how many days we got to change the nominee? Vacancy must be filled within the 15 days. Done. Clear. Ara. Yara. Ram wants to incorporate a company in which he will be only member. Only member means OPC. According to provisions of the Companies Act, what type of company can be incorporated? OPC. What are the salient features of the OPC? Direct question beta exam में 2 बार आया 7 marks. Clear? Next question. Rohan formed the OPC. Rohan formed the OPC. The MOA of the OPC indicates the name of his brother Vinod as his nominee. However, Vinod starting his new business in abroad needs to leave the India permanently. Due to this fact, Vinod is withdrawing his consent of nomination in the said OPC, taking into consideration of the provisions of the Companies Act as the following. Can Rohan appoint Can Rohan make a 17 years old son as a nominee? No, because he should be major. He should be done. Who is a major? Who has completed 18 years, not attained. Completed 18 years. Because based on subsidiary, ABC Limited has allotted the equity shares with voting rights to XYZ Limited worth 15 crores. How many crores? Sir? And convertible preference shares. Convertible preference share is a equity share. Remember, convertible preference share is there. Today you are looking like a preference, but one fine day you are going to become equity. So I should treat you as a equity itself. So ABC Limited allotted the equity shares with voting rights to XYZ 15 crores and convertible preference shares 10 crores during the financial year. So who is giving the shares? ABC. To whom? XYZ. How much? 25 crores. How many crores? Because convertible preference shares are nothing but equity. Remember. After that, the total share capital of the ABC is 100. What's capital of the ABC? Out of 100, XYZ is having the 25. 75 is held by the others. Comment on whether ABC could be called as associate company as per the provisions of the Companies Act and define the associate company. ABC will become holding. XYZ will become associate more than 20%, more than 20%, 20 or more. Who is allotting? But ABC will allotting rights. ABC has allotted equity the voting rights to XYZ. It will become the associate. It will become the holding. Done. Clear. ABC ulta ichindana. ABC will become holding company and XYZ will become the subsidiary company. Which company? Subsidiary. So who's allotting? Right. He will become the. It is how much capital is in the ABC? 100. Out of 100, XYZ is having the 25. So XYZ is having the significant influence over the ABC. ABC will become holding company. XYZ will become the subsidiary company. Why I say the wrong answer? Because it's human being. It's not intentional. It's unintentional error. The drafter might be reading XYZ as ABC. ABC as the XYZ. So ABC will become XYZ will become subsidiary, associate, then holding and associate. Holding and గుర్తుకుందాం ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పింది నేను మీకు టాటా మోటార్స్, టాటా కన్సల్టెన్సీ, టాటా కన్జ్యూమర్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ 100 shares, 100 shares. Out of this 100, you know, Tata Motors is having the 22%. He will become the holding. He will be right in another right. Investing. Who is investing? Out of 100 shares, Tata Motors is having the 22%. So he will become the holding company. He will become the associate company. Out of this 100 shares, he is having the 52 shares. How much? 52 shares. He will become the holding. He will become the subsidiary. Then clear? He only give associate company clue also he is giving. Next, BC Private Limited Company and subsidiary KL BC Private Limited Company and its subsidiary KL Private Limited Company are holding the 90,000, 70,000 shares respectively in the PQ Private Limited Company. Which company? PQ. The paid up share capital of the PQ Private Limited Company 30 lakhs. 3 lakhs equity shares of 10 rupees each. Analyze with reference to provisions of the company set whether PQ private limited company subsidiary. BC private limited company. BC private limited company and its subsidiary KL subsidiary KL private limited company are having the shares in the PQ. PQ is having the 3 lakh shares. How many shares beta? 3 lakh shares. Out of this 3 lakhs, BC is having the 90. KL is having the 70. Total 160. Total 160. Now BC will become holding company. PQ will become subsidiary company. Which company? We discussed yesterday. Either directly or together with one or more of subsidiaries. Directly how much is having? 90. Indirectly 160. Then a company is said to be subsidiary company if other company controls more than half. More than, so how much is controlling BC? 160. 90 plus 70. So KC is giving 70 rupees. But whose money? BC money. BC gave it to KC. KC gave it to PQ. So in PQ, out of 3 lakh shares, 160 shares are held by the BC. So BC will become holding. PQ will become subsidiary company. Which company? So whether PQ Limited is deemed to be subsidiary? Answer is yes. What would be your answer if KL Private Limited company holding the 160 shares in PQ Limited and no shares are held by BC? We discussed all these examples. BC is there, is having 0 shares in PQ. How many shares are? 0. And KL is having the 160 shares. How many shares are? 160. Now whether PQ will become the subsidiary of the BC? Yes. Because directly I'm having 0 shares, but indirectly I'm having the 160. I give the money to KL, KL is giving the money to PQ. This question came so many times, 21, 22, 23. Done. Clear. The paid up share capital of the RAM Private Limited Company, 10 crores. In the form of 7 lakh equity shares and 3 lakhs preference shares of 100 rupees each. But while counting the holding and subsidiary, we have to consider only voting power. Which power? That means we should take only equity shares. Which shares are? But not the preference shares. Convertible preference shares are equity shares only. So the paid up share capital of the RAM Private Limited Company. Enta? 10 crores. Out of that equity shares, how much? 7 crores. 7 crores equity, 3 crores preference. We shouldn't consider. 7 lakhs. 7 lakhs equity shares, 10 rupees, 100 rupees each. 7 lakh into 100 is equal to 7 crores. Lakhan Private Limited holding 3 lakh equity shares and 3 lakh preference shares in RAM Private Limited Company. State with reasons whether RAM Private is subsidiary of the Lakhan. So the paid up share capital of the RAM. How many shares beta? 7 lakh. How much? Out of this, how many shares are held by Lakshman? Lakshman is having the 3 lakhs. How many lakhs? 3 lakhs. So 7 lakhs into 50% is equal to 3.5. How much? Yes or no, sir? Whether Lakshman will become holding company? No. Whether Ram will become subsidiary company? No. We should consider only equity shares, but not the preference shares. But what he is giving? 3 plus 3, 6 is 3 plus 3, 6. He is testing whether preference shares to be considered or not. We should not consider the preference shares. We should consider only equity shares. We should consider preference shares also if they are the convertible preference shares. Yes, shares, sir? Done. Clear. Everyone. Next. Manikar Limited has allotted equity shares with voting rights to Nanikar Limited worth 10 crores and issued non-convertible debentures. Which debentures are worth of 30 crores during the financial year 17-18. Manikar Limited allotted the equity shares with voting rights to Navakar Limited worth of 10 crores. So who's holding the shares? Navakar. In whom? Manikar. How much? 10 crores. How much? After after the total paid up share capital of the company is 100 crores and non-convertible debentures are 150 crores. Define the meaning of the associate company. A company? Associate company. Comment whether Manikar and Navakar would be called as an associate company after provisions of the Companies Act. So how much we should have it on? 20%. How much? 20%. So what is the capital of the Manikar? 100 crores. So how much we require though? 20 crores are required. But how much they are holding? Only 10%. So there is no relationship of the holding and subsidiary. There is no relationship of the holding and the associate company. Not a associate company. Not a associate company. Then next, the paid up share capital of the XYZ private limited company is 20 lakhs. How many lakhs? Consisting of the 2 lakhs equity shares of 10 rupees each. The paid up share capital of the XYZ private limited. XYZ private limited is 20 lakhs. That is 2 lakhs equity shares. How many shares beta? 2 lakhs equity shares. ABC Limited and its subsidiary DEF are holding 60 and 50. There is a company called ABC. There is a company called DEF. How much ABC is holding? 60 out of this 2 lakhs. Now, and DF is holding the 50. 60 plus 15, 110. ABC will become holding. XYZ will become subsidiary. Done. Directly, how many shares ABC is holding? 60. Indirectly, 110 out of 200. Then, if you don't write like this in the exam, you can't answer. लिखना बेटा XYZ ABC. Examine with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 whether XYZ subsidiary of the ABC. Answer is yes. Would your answer be different if DEF Limited is holding 110? So ABC is having 0 shares, DEF is holding 110. In this case also ABC will become holding, XYZ will become subsidiary. Clear? Everyone? Next question. The paid up share capital of the Advanced Casting Private Limited. The paid up share capital of the Advanced Casting Private Limited is 1 crore consisting of the 88 lakh equity shares, 10 rupees each and 2 lakhs cumulative preference shares. A shares are cumulative preference shares and convertible preference shares. Yes or no, sir? There is a company called ACP, Advanced Casting Private Limited Company. So what is the capital beta? 8 lakh shares. How many shares, sir? We should take only equity. We should not take the preference. We should take the preference only if it is convertible. Done. 8 lakh equity shares. Quality Foregoings Private Limited, Supreme Engineering Private Limited are holding the 3 lakh to 1 lakh 50. Quality Foregoings Private Limited, Supreme Engineering Private Limited, they are holding how much beta? 3 lakh and 1.5 lakh. So 8 into 50% is equal to 4. Yes or no, sir? How much they are having? 4.5. How much? Dona Milke. Equity shares respectively in the Advanced Casting Private Limited. Quality Foregoings Private Limited, Supreme Engineering Private Limited are subsidiaries of the, these two are the subsidiaries of the Unique Machineries Private Limited company. How many names again? 4 names. Beta, when I am teaching, Satish is writing, Gautam is writing in the book, others are looking. Those who will write, आपको बाद में समझ में नहीं आता, नहीं ये तो कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता. So, examine with reference to provisions of the Companies Act whether Advanced Casting Private Limited company is subsidiary of the Unique. So, whether now question is whether ACP is the subsidiary of the UMP. How many shares UMP is having directly? 0. Indirectly 4.5 out of 8. He become holding. He become done. Inko question andi. Will your answer be different if Unique Machineries Private Limited controls the composition of the board of directors? Here also, he will become the holding company, he will become the subsidiary company because the company is set to be a subsidiary company if other company controls the composition. Controls the, done. Clear? Two questions are there in the same question. Next question. The paid up share capital of the ABS Private Limited Company 1 crore consisting of the 8 lakh equity shares 10 rupees each, fully paid up 2 lakhs cumulative. Same question beta. Same. ACP, XYZ, PCL, TSR. Same question. Upper wala. As it is. The Popular Products Limited is a company incorporated in India having the total paid up share capital of 20 crores. The share capital comprises 20 lakhs equity shares 100 rupees each. There is a company beta. Company name ఏంటిది? Popular Products Limited. How many shares are there? 20 lakh shares. How many shares are? 20 lakhs. Elite Products Limited. Elite Products Limited. The Happy Products Limited are holding how much? 250 and 3.5 out of 20. మొత్తం ఎంత అయిందిరా? 6 అంతేనా? 6 out of 30 out of 20 lakhs 250 shares respective in the Popular Products Limited. Another company Cheerful Products Limited holding the 250. ఇంకో కంపెనీ అంట Cheerful Products Limited also having the 250. ఎంత అయింది మొత్తం? 6 8.5 ఎంత అయింది? 8.5. Jovial Limited is a holding company for all these three companies. ఇవన్నీ కంపెనీ హోల్డింగ్ కంపెనీ ఎవరు? Jovial Limited. So can Popular Products Limited termed the subsidiary company? So how much capital is there? 20. Out of 20, how much these people are holding total? 8.5. We require more than 10. More than 10. Will he become holding company? No. Will he become subsidiary company? No. Then see how many names he is giving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you read the five names in the exam hall, आपका बल्ब ने बेटा మనకున్నదే ఇంత బ్రెయిన్ పిట్ అంతా ఎంత? Can Popular Products Limited be termed a subsidiary of the Jovial? No, because we require more than 10%. State the related provisions in favor of your answer. If Jovial Limited is controlling the composition of board of directors, if Jovial Limited is controlling the board of directors of the PPL, then he will become the holding company, he will become the subsidiary company. First case, it is not a subsidiary. Second case, it is a subsidiary. Done. Ara, the way he is testing the questions. Not a holding company. Clear? एग्जाम में ये पूरा लिखने का भी आना बेटा. ये देखो 1, 2, 3 इजी नहीं है क्वेश्चन लो. मजा आता. क्या आता? थम्स अप भी आता. A company DEF Limited is as on 31st March 24 at the paid up share capital of the 1 lakh. How much? This was asked in 24. There is a company DEF Limited, paid up share capital of 1 lakh, that is 10,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each. There is a company called DEF. How many shares are there? Equity shares of 10,000 shares are there. 10,000 shares of 10 rupees each. In June 24, after 2 months, 3 months, DEF Limited issued the additional 10,000 equity shares, 10 rupees each, and which was fully subscribed. Out of 10,000 shares, 5,000 shares were issued to what is capital by total capital? 20,000. How much? 20. 10 plus 10, 20. First, in the month of March, how many shares they are issuing? 10. In the month of June, how much they are issuing? 10. 10 rupees each, fully subscribed. Out of the 10,000 shares, 5,000 of these shares were issued to MNO. Out of this 20,000 shares, MNO is holding 5,000 shares. MNO is holding company of JKL Private Limited Company by having the control over the composition of the board of directors. There is a company called JKL anta. So between these two, he is a holding, he is a subsidiary. Now JKL Private Limited claims the status of JKL claims the now JKL Private Limited claims status of being a subsidiary of the MNO holding company of JKL. So now JKL Private Limited Company claims the status of being a subsidiary of the DF Limited as being a subsidiary of its subsidiary of MNO Private Limited Company. Examine the validity of the claim of the JKL Private Limited. State the relationship, if any, between the DF MNO as per provisions of the company sector. See how many shares are there in the DF? 20. So he will become holding company if it's having more than 10%. More than. So whether he is a holding? No. Whether he is a subsidiary? No. Is there any relationship between the DF and JKL? No. So he will become holding. He will become subsidiary. There is no relationship between these people and these people. Then in this company, MNO is just a shareholder. Because 20% is not there. 20% is there. 20% or more. 20% or more. 20% means 20 into 20%, 4. But how much is having beta? 5. So he will become holding and associate will be there. What will be there? Holding and associate, because more than 20% is there. Then Gopal, అర్థమైందారా? How many shares it is having? 20,000. In 20%, 4,000. But how many shares is having? The holding and associate. Holding and then holding company, subsidiary company, associate company. Holding company, subsidiary company, associate company. Then clear? Able to understand how he is twisting the question? Subsidiary company. $25,000. So does not have the control. So hence DF Private Limited cannot be considered a subsidiary company. They will become the associate company. Which company, beta? Which company? A company is said to be. See, I will explain once again. There is a company called Tata Motors. There is a company called Tata Consultancy Services. There is a company called Tata Consumable Products. It is having 100 shares. Out of these 100 shares, Tata Motors is having the 52 shares. He will become holding company. He will become subsidiary company. In TCS, 100 shares. Out of 100 shares, Tata Motors itself is having the 21 shares. He will become the holding company. He will become the associate company. In the above question, out of 2,000 shares, 20,000 shares, he is having the 5,000. Yes or no, sir? More than 10 is there, holding subsidiary. More than 4 is there, holding an associate. Done. Clear? Clear? 24. Anson Limited. Which limited, beta? Anson Limited held equity shares in Bhuban Limited. Later, Anson Limited become the subsidiary of the Bhuban Limited. Decide as per the provisions of the company set whether it is necessary for the Anson Limited to surrender the shares. We discussed that. No need to surrender. Where we discussed subsidiary company should not have shares in the holding company. There is a company called Bhuban. There is a company called Anson. So he is the holding company. He is the subsidiary company. Generally, subsidiary company should not have shares in the holding company. However, if subsidiary company purchase shares in the holding company before it becoming subsidiary, they need not be surrendered. We discussed yesterday example. Big company, small company. Done. Need not to surrender. Need not to surrender. Done. Next question, question number 25. Right here. As on 31st March 2018, the paid up share capital of the S Limited is 10,000, 100,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1 crore divided into 10 lakhs equity shares of 10 rupees each. There is a company called S company. There is a company called S company. So the company is having the share capital of 10 lakhs. Of this, H company is holding 6 lakhs equity shares and 4 lakh shares held by others. There is a company called H company. Out of this 10 lakhs, H is holding the 6 lakhs. That means he is the holding company, he is the subsidiary company. When this was happened, beta, this transaction was happened on 31st March 18. From this date, he become holding, he become subsidiary. Done. Happy. Simultaneously, S Limited is holding. Generally, subsidiary company should not have shares in the holding company. Simultaneously, S Limited is holding 5% of equity shares of the H Limited, of which 1% of the shares are held as a legal representative of the deceased member of H Limited on the basis of the given information. Examine, answer the following with reference to provisions of the Companies Act. Question number 1. S Limited, can S Limited make further investment in equity shares of the H Limited? No. After this date, after 31st March, subsidiary company should not purchase shares in the holding company. No. Done. Question number 2. Can S Limited exercise the voting rights at the AGM of the H Limited? Yes, for that legal representative. Which representative? Because S is not voting, S is voting for someone else. Then we discussed Tata Margaya. Tata Margaya. Next, can H Limited allow or transfer some of the shares to S Limited again? No. This question both are same. And after this data, you cannot purchase shares in holding company. After this data, you cannot allow the shares to subsidiary company. How many marks better? 4 marks and 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, provision 1 mark. Done. Clear. Next question. Question number 26. Hope you understanding the depth of the questions. Done. Question number 26. Actually, we are having around 55 questions in this chapter, but each question is coming come 4 times. That means from the second chapter itself, he is giving nearly 200 questions. How many questions, sir? From this chapter itself. Nearly. Done. If you observe, when I started this chapter, I kept the start for the chapter itself. Next question. ABC Limited has allotted equity shares with voting rights to XYZ Limited worth 15 crores during the financial year 23-24. So ABC Limited, which limited beta? Allotted the equity shares with voting rights worth of voting rights to XYZ. Who is investing? XYZ. In whom? ABC. So how many shares? 15 lakhs. How many lakhs? 15 crores and 15 crores during the financial year. After that, paid up share capital of the ABC Limited will be 100 crores. How many crores? 100 crores. Define the meaning of the associate company. What is the capital of the ABC? 100. Out of 100, how many shares XYZ is holding? 15%. How much percent? A company is said to be associate company if other company is having the 20% or more. Then yes or no, sir. Whether XYZ is holding? No. Whether ABC subsidiary associate? No. So define the meaning of the associate company. Comment whether ABC Limited and XYZ would be treated as the associate company. Answer is no. Then Rajani is giving the answer. So Rajani is understanding the questions. He gave the answer, kada? Good girl. See the next question, beta. 19 में आया कब आया बेटा 19. The paid up share capital of the Altar Private Limited Company 1 crore consisting of the 8 lakhs equity shares 10 rupees each fully paid up 2 lakhs cumulative preference shares. So there is a company called Altar Private Limited Company. So home Altar Altaf kaadu Altar. So how many shares are there beta 8 lakhs. because we should not take the preference shares because they're not convertible preference shares. Then a new private limited company, ultra private limited company, new private limited, ultra private limited are holding 3 lakhs and 50, 3 lakhs and 0.5 equities simultaneously in ultra private limited company. New private limited company, ultra private limited company are subsidiaries of the PQR private limited company. With reference to provisions of the company, set examine whether Altar private limited company subsidiary of PQR. Answer is no. ఎవరు అన్నది 8 లో 50 ఎంతరా 4, but how much they're having only 3.5. We require more than 4 lakhs, more than. Would your answer be different if PQR limited has the 8 out of 9 directors of the BOD? So first case it is not a subsidy, second case it is subsidy because it is having 9 directors. Out of 9, 8 are appointed by the PQR. So PQR having the control, PQR having the, he will become holding, he will become subsidiary. Done? Clear? Now able to understand? Next, S Limited is a company in which H Limited is holding the 60% of the paid up share capital. There is a company called S Limited. There is a company called H Limited. H Limited is holding the 60% of the shares out of 100. Out of S is having 100 shares, out of 100, H is having 60. So it means holding company, subsidiary company. One of the shareholder of H Limited made a charitable trust, donated 10% of the shares in H Limited and 50 crores to trust. He appointing S Limited as a trustee. Here, subsidiary company having the shares in the holding company as a trustee. As a allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Generally, subsidiary company should not have shares in the holding company. However, subsidiary company can have the shares in the holding company as a trustee. As a, so all the assets of the trust are held in the name of the S Limited. Can subsidiary company have the shares in the holding company? Generally, no. Generally, but in this case, it is allowed. Done. Same question came earlier, no beta. 19. 14. The depth of the questions. Explain the classification of companies based on the control. This question was asked so many times. So many times? So many times. Holding company, subsidiary company and associate company. फटाफट लिखना. कैसे लिखना? Next. What is the meaning of guarantee company? State the similarities and differences between the guarantee company and limited by shares. Limited by shares, limited by guarantee. I said star yesterday. Yes or no? 2004, 2008, 2011, 21 and ICAI test show knowledge 2026. 20 differences we discussed. Next, no limit private company. Abba, super undra. No limit private company is an unlimited company having the share capital of 10 lakhs. One of the creditor, Mr. Samuel, filed a suit against the shareholder, Mr. Innocent, for recovery of the debt against the no limit company. There is a company, unlimited company. In this unlimited company, one shareholder is the Samuel. Samuel is the shareholder of the company. So, Mr. Innocent, and super pelura. Who is the creator? Samuel filed the suit against Mr. Samuel, Mr. Innocent. There is a company called No Limit Unlimited Company. No Limit Unlimited Company. In this company, who is a shareholder? Innocent. Innocent is the shareholder. Samuel is the creditor. Samuel is the creditor of the company. Done. Still no clear. Then Samuel filed a case on the Innocent. Can he file a case on the Innocent? Answer is no, because liability of the company अलग होता है, liability of the shareholder भी अलग होता है. Between the shareholder and company there is a corporate bill which will unlimited liability will come to shareholders during the winding up of the company. During the So Mr. Innocent has given his plea in the court that he is not liable as he is just a shareholder. Whether Samuel will be successful in recovering the dues from the Innocent? Answer is no. During the winding up of the company, creator can file a case on the shareholder. During the life of the company, shareholder अलग होता है, company अलग होता है. Then the liability of the shareholder extends to the unpaid amount on the uh, extends extends to the whole amount of the company debts and liabilities, but he will be entitled to claim contribution from the other members in the case. So long as company is going concern, the liability of the shareholder is only liability which can be enforced by company. The creditors can institute the proceedings for winding up further claims. So on the basis of the above question, it can be said that Samuel cannot be directly claim the dues against the innocent. Yes sir, no sir. The liabilities of the innocent will become unlimited during the winding up. We discussed the आ रहा questions exam में. हाँ सब आता बेटा. Next question based on the illegal association. Which association? So what is the illegal association beta? Maximum number of members in a association can be as per act 100, as per rule 50. United Traders Association was constituted by 2 HUF, but 2 exceptions are there. One is the professional partnership firm. Second one is the joint HUF. Can joint HUF have more than 50 persons? Yes. Professional partnership firm can have more than 50? Yes. Legal, illegal? Legal. Illegal association. Illegal. So if there is any association or partnership firm having more than 50%, must convert as a company under Companies Act or any other special act. But this rule is not applicable to HUF and partnership. Partnership can have more than 50. Professional partnership, like doctors, engineers, where they can have more than 50 partners. And even 2 HUFs are doing the business jointly, and number of persons in the association exceeding 50, still it is legal. Clear? Provision. The United Traders Association was constituted by 2 HUFs consisting of the 121 majors, 121 majors, which is more than 50, which is more than 15. The association was carrying on the business of the trading as a retailer with the objective of acquisition of the gain. The association was not registered as a company under Companies Act or any other special law. State United Traders Association has any legal status. Legal, illegal? Sorry. Single HUF can have more than 50. Single HUF can have more than 50. But here 2 HUFs are there. How many HUFs beta? 2 HUFs. Number of members exceeding? Though this section is not applicable, not applied to HUF. It would apply if 2 or more HUFs carrying on the business together for gain and combined number of members exceeding the 50. Single HUF is there, number of members are exceeding the 50. Legal, illegal? Legal. 2 HUFs are doing the business. Illegal. Yesterday I explained same thing differently in the regular class. Same. One HUF is there, Gupta's family. Gupta Gar family is there. HUF, Hindu Undivided Family. In this HUF, 110 persons are there. They're doing the business. Legal, illegal? Legal. 2 HUFs are there. Reddy Gar family, Chaudhary Gar family. Both are doing the business. Number of partners exceeding 100. Legal, illegal? Illegal. The same thing I explained yesterday. So single HUF exception is the single HUF and the professional partnership firm. Which partnership firm? Professional partnership firm. Here, how many HUFs are there, beta? 2 HUFs. 2 HUFs doing the business jointly. Legal, illegal? Illegal. Illegal. Done. Clear. State whether the United Traders Association having any legal status? No. Will there be any change in the status of this association if the number of members of the United Traders Association subsequently reduced to 75. Still it is illegal. Still it is done. Next, small company. Which company? Define the term small company. Direct question. Small company means capital should not exceed 10 crores. Turnover should not exceed. Done. Direct question. MNP Private Limited Company is a company registered under Companies Act. Which act? Companies Act. Yeah. So MNP Private Limited Company registered under Companies Act with the paid up share capital of capital and the turnover. Capital should be less than turnover should be less than 100 crores. 100 crores. Explain the meaning of the small company and examine the following as per provisions of the Companies Act. Whether MNP Private Limited Company can avail the status of small company? Yes, because both elements are satisfied. Capital should be less than 10 crores. Turnover should be less than the 100 crores. Both elements are satisfied. So, what will be your answer if turnover of the company is 1.5 crore? So, what is right now limits in the turnover game? 100 crores. How many crores? Still, it is a small company. It can get the status of the small company. Then, next question beta. Companies based on section 8 anta. Alpha Private Limited Company, a section 8 company planning to declare dividend in the AGM for the financial year 31st March 18. Mr. Chopra, holding 800 equity shares as on the date, state whether the act of the company is as per law. Can we declare dividend? Being a section 8 company? Can section 8 company declare dividend? No. It has to utilize the income, the purpose for which it is incorporated. We kept a star also for that point. Masairam. A group of individuals intending to form the club, namely Budding Pilots Flying Club, as a limited liability company to impart classroom teaching and aircraft flight training to trainee pilots. It was decided to form limited liability company for charitable purpose. Which purpose? NPO. Under Section 8 of the Companies Act for the period of 10 years. Thereafter, the club should be dissolved. Surplus assets over the liabilities, if any, will be distributed among the members. After closing of the Section 8 company, can we eat the surplus assets? What we should do? Transfer to another Section 8 company having the similar objective. We discussed yesterday. Become stars also for that point. Transfer to Satish charities are there, SG charities are there. Satish charities closed. Transfer the assets to SG charities. Gurtukunda example? As usual procedure. Explain the feasibility of the proposal. The proposal is not valid because we should not give it to members. We should give it to another Section 8 company having the similar objective. Done. Cannot distribute. A company registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act earned huge profit during the financial year 31st March 18 due to some favorable policies declared by Government of India and implemented by company. Considering the development, some of the members of the company wanted to distribute dividend. Can they? No. They approached you to advise them about the maximum amount of dividend that can be declared by company as per Companies Act. You కనిపిస్తుంది maximum dividend అంటే maybe 10% కనిపిస్తుంది. Answer is no. It should not declare any dividend. Examine the relevant provisions of the company. Should advise the members. How many times? So many times. Being a Section 8 company, it should not distribute the dividend. Next, can a non-profit organization be registered as a company under Companies Act? Yes. If so, what procedure does it adopt to mention the conditions of issue and revocation of the license? That question, write everything about Section 8 company. Explain about the Section 8 company. ये देखो कितना बार आ रहा. Next question. Alpha School is a Section 8 company which is started imparting education on 1/4/15 with the sole objective of providing education to children of weaker society either free of cost or very nominal fees depending upon the financial condition of the parents. So it is Section 8 school. Which school? Section 8. However, on 31st March 23, it came to the knowledge of the central government that the said school was operating by violating the objective for which it is incorporated, to which state was granted. Describe the powers can be exercised by the central government against the alpha. Revocation of the license. RD will revoke the license if the company is contravening this section, contravening the fundamental conditions for which license is granted. Companies acting fraudulently, companies acting upward to public policy. Before revoking the license, we will give the reasonable opportunity. After revocation, we will ask you to add the words PVT LTD or the LTD amalgamate with the another Section 8 company having the similar objective. A company registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act has been consistently making the profits for last 5 years after major change in the government structure. Few members contended that they are entitled to receive the dividends. Can they? We cannot. Yes sir, no sir. Repeated. Foreign company. Teresa Limited is a company. Teresa Limited is a company registered in USA and it has no place of business established in India. It is doing the online business. We kept a star. The company can do the business either physically or the electronically. Explain with reference to provisions of the company set whether Teresa Limited is a foreign company. Answer is yes. They're not doing the business physically, but they're doing the business. They may do the business in India either physically, electronically, through agent. For electronically, we kept a star also. Amma Sairam. You remember that. देखो बेटा नाना नाना कितना बार आ रहा how many times Mike LLC incorporated in Singapore having the office in Pune, India, analyze whether LLC would be treated as a foreign company. Answer is yes, because they're having the registration outside India. Place of business in Pune. Place of business includes office, warehouse, or any other premises from which it is conducting the regular business activities. Discussed when I am speaking any word in the regular lecture, every word should enter into your mind. It should stay in your mind. If you're forgetting any single word, that word will come in the exam. Then Mike Limited, same company, same question. Government company. Which company? XYZ is a company incorporated under the Companies Act 2013. The paid up share capital of the company is held by others as 31st March 24 as follows. Government of India, LIC, Government of Tamil Nadu, Government of Rajasthan, ABC, owned by government company. There is a company, beta, XYZ. There is a company called XYZ. Out of this XYZ, Government of India is having 20%. LIC is having 8%. Government of Tamil Nadu holding 10%. Government of Rajasthan having 10%. And government company having 15%. ఎంత మొత్తం 28, 38, 48, 48 plus 15, 48 plus 10, 48 plus 10, 58, 58 plus 3, 63%. How much percentage? So it will become government company. Which company? Done. Yes or no, sir? More than 50%. More than 50%. Clear? ఎంత వచ్చింది పర్సెంటేజ్ 63. Government of India 20. Okay. We should not take the LIC. We should not take the LIC. We should not take the government company in which not less than 51% of the capital held by central government or state government. Central government and दोनों मिलके how much it is only 40%. So XYZ is not a government company. Section ఏముంది not less than 51% capital held by central government, state government or jointly. Government company ఉందా లేదు. So even I confused. So since the total share capital of the central government, state government is only 20%, which is less than the 50%, it is not a government company. Not a done. Clear? So remaining questions we'll discuss in the next class. Time over, na beta. Done. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Chalo. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to the world of law and SG. So, in the last class, we discussed till question number 44. Next, question number 45. FK Infrastructure Limited has the paid up share capital of the 6 lakhs. Equity shares of 100 rupees each. How many shares are there, beta? 6 lakh shares. 2 lakhs equity shares of the company are held by the central government and 1 lakh 20 held by the government of Maharashtra. Totally 320. Central government or state government 320. Explain with reference to provisions of the company. Sir, whether SK Limited is a government company. Answer is yes. Yes or no, sir? Yes. Not less than 51% of the capital held by central government, state government. So it is a government company. So 6 lakh is there, no, more than 50 should be there. More than 3 lakhs. More than 3 lakhs. दोनों मिलके 320. 46. The state government of X. X is a state name. X is a state government of X. A state in the country is holding 48 lakhs of Y Limited. The paid up share capital of the Y Limited is 95 crores. That is the 95 lakhs. 95 lakhs into 51%. And 95 lakhs into 51%. 48 point 48.45. Yes or no, sir? But how many shares they are holding? So government company means 51% or more held by central government or state government. So there is a company called the Y Limited. In Y Limited, 95 lakhs worth of shares are 95 lakh shares are there into 10 rupees each. So 95 into 51% we should take. How much percentage it is coming? So Y Limited is not a government company. Not a, because government is not having 51%. It is less than 51%. Y Limited directly holding 250 and Z Private Limited, which is having the share capital of the 5 crores in the form of the 5 lakhs each. Z Private Limited claim the status of the subsidiary of the Y Limited as well as government company. So there is a company called there is a company called Y Limited. Listen to beta Y. What is Y Limited capital? 95. Out of this 95, state government is having the less than 51%. Less than, that is how much percentage they are having, beta? 48%. है ना? No. So less than 51%. So Y Limited is not a government company. Not a. It's clear. One more company is there, beta. Z company. Which company? The capital of the Z company is 5 crores. How many crores? That's 5 lakh shares. How many shares, sir? 5 lakh shares. 5 lakhs into 50%, 2.5 lakh. Out of this 5 lakhs, Z Limited is having 2 lakhs 50,600. Done. Clear? అర్థమైందారా? So here Z will become subsidiary. Y will become. Can Z Limited is deemed to be government company? No. Z Limited is not a government company. Y Limited also not a government company. Z Private Limited claims the status of the subsidiary of a Y Limited. Yes, as well as government company, but it is not a government company. It is not a, because holding company is not a government company. Done. Question అర్థమైందా? అర్థమైందా క్వశ్చన్? So there is a state government is there is a Y Limited, there is a Z Limited. But Y Limited capital 95 lakhs into 51% into, so Y Limited is said to be government company. The state government is having the 48 lakhs, 48.45 lakhs. But here state government is having only 48 lakhs, which is less than the 51%. So Y Limited is not a government company. That is clear. There is one more company, Z Limited. The capital is 5 lakhs. Out of this 5 lakhs, Y Limited is having the 2,50,600 shares, which is more than 50, which is more than. So he will become holding company. He will become subsidiary company. It is not a government company. It is also not a government company. Done. Clear. 46. 47. XYZ company incorporated under Companies Act 2013. The paid up share capital of the company held by others as follows. There is a company called XYZ. There is a company called XYZ. In this XYZ, Government of India is holding 20%. LIC 8%. We should not take. Government of Tamil Nadu 10%. Government of Rajasthan 10%. Government company 15%. So in this XYZ Limited, central government and state government is having the 40%. So XYZ is not a government company. As per the shareholding, state whether XYZ is deemed to be a government company. Answer is no, because in this company, government is having only 40%. How much better? Central government and state government. We should not count the government company and LIC. Done. Clear? Next question, 48. Specific Motors Limited is a government company. Specific Motors is clearly said. Rama Auto Private Limited is a private company having the share capital of 10 crores in the form of 10 lakh shares of 100 rupees each. There is a company called Specific Motors Limited. In this company, who is holding the shares better? Central government and state government. So it is a government company. Which company? And there is another company, Rama Auto Private Limited company. Rama Auto Private Limited company. Company capital and 10 lakh shares. How many lakh shares? 10 lakhs. Each share 100 rupees. Out of this 10 lakhs, Specific Motors is having the 5 lakhs 5,000. Out of this 10 lakhs, Specific Motors is having the 5 lakh 5,000, which is more than the 50. More than the. So he will become the holding company. He will become the subsidiary company. Since holding company is government company, subsidiary company is also. Then advice as legal advisor with the Rama Private Limited company is a government company. Subsidiary of a government company is also government company. Done. राजकुना वो लिखो पूरा आपका बुक में. Done. Yeah. Next question beta. Narendra Motors Limited is a government company. Star Auto Private Limited company having the capital. Same question beta. Same as it is. 2024, 24, 21, 23. Same question. Yes or no? Repeat or नहीं हो रहा? होता, आता. सारे नेम चेंज हो गया. Tarmac company. Which company? Which is an inactive company. Which company? MTK Private Limited company. MTK Private Limited is a company registered under the Company Act on 5th January 21. The company has not started the business till now. Will the company started the business? No. So there is no business activities. On 7th April 23, 7th April, 2 years हो गया. How many years? 2 years. The notice has been issued by the ROC for not filing the Form INC 20A, identifying under which category MTK Private Limited company is classified. Explain the definition of the category. He is not asking. So company starts starting the business for last 2 years. It is not doing any business. Which kind of company it is? He is asking. Which company? Dormant company. Dormant company means which company which is not carrying out business or operation, which has no significant accounting transaction during 2 previous financial year, which does not file the statements with RBC during the previous 2 financial years. Then he specifically said 2001, 2021, 23, 2 years expired. Then clear. Explain the meaning of dormant company. Direct question better. Next question. XYZ Limited is incorporated to hold the patent for the new product. Which product? The new product. The company is expected to start its commercial production within next 2 years. Right now there is no production. After 2 years, I will start the production. So they can claim the status of dormant company. In the meanwhile, for timely completion, the company has placed the purchase order for the plant and machinery, down payment of 1 crore. Referring to provisions of the Company Act, examine whether the company has acquired the status of a dormant company. Answer is yes. No answer. Which has made a significant account transaction which doesn't meet the criteria. Since they have made a significant accounting transaction of the 1 crore, so it is not deemed to be dormant company. This was asked for the 3 marks. Then clear. Listed company, unlisted company. Explain the meaning of listed company, unlisted company. Direct question better. State whether the following statements are true or false. If NCLT permits, company can convert into private company. Yes. Done. So with this, we have done with the scanner. We have taken nearly 3 days for scan itself. The remaining part we will discuss in the next class. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Yeah. Welcome back to the world of law. So we'll do the scanner on the incorporation of the company. First question, better. This was asked in 14, 19, 17. 5 marks. First question. Mahima Limited was incorporated by furnishing the false information. As per Companies Act, state the powers of the NCLT in this regard. Company formed to be formed. Formed. Incorporated. Incorporated. Yes or no, sir? We discussed no already. So if company is not incorporated, 7576. Company incorporated 77. So this one is attracted. This one is 7775. 77 will be attracted. So Mahima Limited was registered by giving wrong information. Then ROC will inform to NCLT. NCLT may order for the regulation of management, alteration of MOA, members liability will become unlimited, removal of name of the company from register of companies, binding up of the company, or any other order as deemed fit. Done. Regulation of management, change of MOA, members liability will be unlimited, removal of name of the company, winding up, or any other deemed fit. But before giving the order, ROC will, NCLT will give the reasonable opportunity to express your views also. Then next question. When company is registered, it is claused with the legal personality. Effects of formation. Once company is registered, company will become, subscribers will become members. Company will become body corporate. It can enjoy the features like a perpetual existence, common sale. I kept star, I think. So separate property, capacity to sue, and being sued. Yes sir, no sir. So we have to find the documents under section 7. If registered satisfies, he will issue certificate of incorporation. Then company will become legal personality. It can enjoy the perpetual existence, capacity to sue, being sued. Done. Clear? Third question. Next question, question number 3. Ferrib Limited incorporated by the हो गया by acquisition of the Ferrib and Co, a partnership firm by which was earlier involved in the illegal activity. Which activity? The promoters furnished some false information and suppressing the material information at the time of incorporation. So some of the members of the company, not being the directors, promoters of the company, approaching the NCLT against the incorporation of the company. NCLT is able to pass the order by directing that liability of the members shall be unlimited. Can it order like that? Yes. Given the above information, advise whether the above order will be legal. Mention the precaution to be taken by NCLT before passing the order. Before passing the order, NCLT will give the reasonable opportunity to both the parties. Then NCLT may order for the regulation of management to alteration of MOA. Members ability will be unlimited. Removal of name of the company from ROC list of companies, winding up of the company, any other order. Before giving the order, they will give the chance to express their views also. Done. Done na beta. And promotes the punishment under section 447. What is 447? For the fraud. I hope you remember. Because yeah. Last question beta. అందుకే నీ బుద్ధిగా చెప్తే అర్థం కాదు, తిట్టి చెప్తే అర్థమవుతుంది. Last question beta. Maybe 2024 or 2025 because here is not there. No, recent question only. The MOA of the company were delivered to ROC for registration on 6th January. When documents are filed? Documents filed with ROC. 6th January 18. This may be 18th question maybe 2018 question. 2018. So on January 8th January 18, the registrar issued certificate of incorporation. So certificate of incorporation issued on 8th January 2018. Issued, but it is dated as the 6th January. When it is issued? 8th. But which date they are keeping? 6th January 18. From which date company set to be registered 8th or 6th? 6th కదరా, దాని పేరు ఏమున్నది, డేట్ ఏమి ఇచ్చినాం, 6th. Yes or no sir? You went to that shop, you went to that company, you are seeing the certificate of incorporation. So what do you think? You went to shop after 1 month, you are asking for certificate of incorporation, they are showing the certificate of incorporation. Which date is there on the certificate? Then which date you are deemed to be registered? 6th only. Done. Yes or no sir? Actually you cleared in September 27 batch, 27 attempt. They issued the certificate, no mark certificate, but by mistake they wrote May 27. May 27 by mistake. For example, he went to interview. So what he will think? You cleared in, because on certificate which date is there? May. Today I am issuing the check. What is the date today? 30th September, 30th July. Today I am issuing the check, but I am dating it as the 20th July. Date I am 20th. What will assume it is made on the use common sense essence. Dated it as 6th January. On that day, on that very day, the company made the allotment of the shares. When the allotment is made, 6th only. The allotment was challenged that it was made before the actual issue of the certificate of incorporation. How would you decide and why? So issue valid and invalid? Valid. Because company is deemed to be registered on the 6th itself, because it was dating it as the 6th. So as per provisions of the company, said company comes into existence the moment it is issuing the certificate of incorporation, from the date mentioned in the certificate of incorporation. So allotment will be valid. Done. Clear? Done. With this chapter is completed. So next chapter will be MOA, AOA. Very, very important. Clear? Done. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. So welcome back to the world of law and SG. నా ప్రపంచానికి స్వాగతం, సుస్వాగతం. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో సార్? So in the last class we have completed the rapid revision of MOA and AOA. Then we'll start the scanner on the MOA AOA. First question. This was asked in 2016, 2018 and 2023 also 3 बार आया. कितना बार? What is meant by entrenchment provisions in the articles of association of the company? What is the meaning of entrenchment? Entrenchment is making more restrict to or protect the interest of the minority shareholders. We can include these provisions in the articles of association at the time of formation of the company or later amending the articles of association. To include these provisions in the AOA of a private company, we require the unanimous consent of all the shareholders. In case of public company, we have to pass the SR, then we have to inform the ROC also. We discussed 4 marks. I think we kept 5 stars for that. Next question, beta. This question was asked in 98, 2007, 23. Also, same question came thrice. 1998 also. 19. The same question came 2007. Around when you took your birth, 10 years gap. 98, 2007, 10 years gap. Then after 20 years, again nearly 15 years gap. Still, the articles of association of the Avenue International Private Limited contain a clause in that in case of insolvency of a member, his shares in the company should be sold to another person at a price fixed by the board of directors of the company. Board of the Neeraj become the insolvent. Neeraj become. So if company shareholder become insolvent, so official receiver of the insolvent shareholder can sell the shares. But which price as fixed by the BOD? His official assignee in insolvency claimed that he is not bound by the provisions of the articles of association and free to sell the shares at his true value, referring to provisions of the Companies Act, whether official assignee is bound by AOA. Yes or no? See, AOA is binding on every member. Yes or no, sir? AOA is there. It is binding on the shareholders. One of the shareholders is Neeraj. Neeraj become insolvent. In the place of Neeraj, SG came. Who is SG? Official receiver of the Neeraj. As per articles of association of the company, if a member become insolvent, his shares should be sold at a price decided by the BOD. Avana kada? But SG saying that SG argues that directors of the company, AOA is binding on the shareholders and not the shareholder of the company. It is not binding on me. Can I claim like that? What I am doing here, I am representing the member. I am representing the when AOA is applicable to Neeraj, the same AOA is applicable to receiver representing the Neeraj. So I have to sell the shares at a price fixed by the BOD itself. We discussed that. AOA contains how company is liable to member, how member is liable to company, how member is liable to another member. Yes sir, no sir. Every member is liable to contents of AOA, including the persons representing the member. Who is SG here? Representing the Neeraj, who is insolvent. So at which price I have to sell the shares? At my own visa, price of the BOD, price of the BOD itself. This question came thrice in the exam, 98, 2007, 23. Also for 6 marks. How many marks, sir? It can be said that official reserve of the Neeraj is bound by the AOA because it is not only binding on the member, it is binding on the persons representing the member. So next question, beta. This question came in the year 2015 and 2020. So beta. Yadav Dairy Products Private Limited has registered its articles along with the MOA at the time of registration. At the time of registration of the company in 2014. So there is a company called Yadav Dairy Products Limited. The company registered the AOA with the AOA with the at the time of formation of the company. That is first para. Now, directors of the company are of the view that provisions of the articles regarding the forfeiture of shares should not be changed except by resolution of 90% of majority, while as per section 14 of the Companies Act, articles may be changed by the passing of special resolution only. he is explaining here? Can someone explain me? Gautami, what is that? Can you translate it into English or Telugu or Hindi? As per section 14 of the Companies Act, to alter the AOA, to alter the, we have to pass SR, we have to pass 75 plus consent, 75 or more consent is required to alter the AOA. But BOD proposing that to alter the to AOA, 75% is not sufficient. Let us make it 90% consent is required. Can they make like that? Access 75, can I make it 90%? See, every Sunday you have an exam, you have to write the exam. If you don't write the exam, you have to pay 100 rupees and you have to 10 times imposition. It's my rule, SG rule. But Ganesh said, sir, we will write the exam, otherwise we will get 20 times, we will be 200 rupees. Will I accept? I said, you have to 10 times and you have to pay 100 rupees. Fine. But Ganesh said, we will write, sir, if not, we will let 20 times imposition and we will pay 200 rupees. Will I accept that? Yes or no? Yes, because it is more beneficial to you if you're paying, if you're writing the more number of times. Can I make the AOA more restrictive? So, academy owner said, you have to sit here morning 8 to evening 5. Morning 8 to, but Gautam said, we will sit here morning 8 to evening 8. Will he accept? Obviously, will accept. You want to make it more restrictive. We have to make it more. What is this? Entrenchment. क्या है बेटा? एलिगिन दिमाग ला एलगा जनरल ला. Generally, as per company set, how much is required? 75% consent is required to alter the AOA. But they want to make it 90. Can they make it? Yes. We can alter the AOA more restrictively. Hence, one of the directors is of the view that they can't make they cannot make the provisions against the companies act. He is confusing you again. ఇక్కడ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాడు. యాక్ట్ ఏం చెప్పింది 75. డైరెక్టర్స్ ఏమంటారు 90% shareholders consent is required. One of the directors argues that it is contrary to Companies Act. He is confusing you. Is it contrary to Companies Act? No. See, I said you have to write the exam, otherwise you have to 10 times imposition. Ganesh said I will not write. That is contrary. That is Ganesh said I will write 20 times. Is it contrary? No, it is not contrary. Imposition రాయాలని చెప్పిన రాయా అన్నాడు, అది contrary. He said I will write not 10 times or 20 times. Is it contrary? No. We can make the AOA more restrictively. More. Then can they alter the AOA like that? Can they alter? Yes, sir. So in this question, company can alter the AOA more restrictively because it is an entrenchment provision. Which provision? Entrenchment. So Yadav Direct Dairy Products Limited is private company and wants to protect the interest of protect the provisions of the articles. They can make it more restrictively. They can do so. Done. But which require the consent of the all the members. How many members, sir? Because it's a private company. Public company? Yes, sir. Public private company, all members considered. Next question, beta. This question was asked 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the exam. The memorandum of association is the charter of the company. Yes or no? Discuss and explain brief contents of the MOU. Contents of MOU. Now the contents of MOU. Rajani, contents of MOU. Gautami, contents of MOU. Claps for him. They tried. Name clause. A clause. Second one is situation clause. Next one, objective clause. Next one, liability clause. Next one, capital. CA. Good clause. CA. Capital. Association clause. Association and subscription clause. Then, so how many marks, beta? 6 marks. If you read what is the meaning of MOA, 3 marks or 2 marks. If you read the contents of the AOA, 4 marks. Done. So this is all about what is the meaning of the MOA. Next, he is explaining what is the meaning of the name class, situation class, objective class, liability class, capital class, and subscription class. Done. Clear? बोलो. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बेटा, ये देखो कितना बार आया, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 टाइम्स आया बेटा. Right question. Doctrine of ultra virus. Effects of doctrine of ultra virus. We kept 10 stars for this doctrine, I think. Two questions are there, beta. Explain briefly doctrine of ultra virus under company sector. What are the consequences? Consequences means effects of ultra virus. Consequences means it is all. ये देखो बेटा, effects of ultra virus. It is ये देखो, effects of ultra virus. So what is the meaning of doctrine of indoor management? The doctrine of ultra virus and also the effects. Done. Clear? Follow. So effects of ultra virus and also meaning of ultra virus. This question came 10 times in the exam. Direct question beta. Next question, question number 6. Question number 6. The objective class of MOA of the company. MOA of XYZ Private Limited Company, New Delhi, authorizes to do trading in mangoes. What is the objective beta? If they trade mangoes, intravirus. If they do something else, ultravirus. Done. Objective trading. The company, however, the word however is very important in the law and auditing foundation enter final. However means still, फिर भी, కానీ, కానీ, ఇంకేమో చేసింది కంపెనీ. However, company entered into partnership with A and traded in mangoes and incurred the liabilities to Mr. A. So company has to pay some money to A because of the business. The company subsequently refused to admit the liability to A on the ground of ultra virus. Later company said it is an ultra virus. I will not give you single rupee also. Advise whether stand of the company is valid. If so, give the reasons. Is it valid or not valid? If it is valid, give the reason. If it is not valid, also give the reason. This question came 97, 2005, 2019. Recently also came. This came in 22, 23 also. Think and answer me. Yeah. See, you give me money, Srinath sir. You purchase the mangoes, you sell the mangoes. If I am buying, if I am selling intravirus, I entered into agreement with Ganesh. I am keeping your money in Ganesh hands. Can I do like that? Entering into partnership is ultravirus. How can I enter the partnership with your money, without your consent? You are believing me or Ganesh? You are believing me, not the Ganesh, right? Yes sir, no sir. Ara. But what we focus in the exam, mangoes, we will focus. But the crux is, so company cannot enter into partnership with shareholders' money without the consent of the shareholders. That is ultravirus. But what will you focus? Company's objective is trading in mangoes. Company entered into mangoes only. That's what we'll focus. Being a student in the exam. क्या मिलेगा हमको? अंडा मिलेगा. क्या मिलेगा? अंडा. Can company say that I don't want to pay? Yes. The company's refusal is perfectly valid. Then have we discussed this thing in the regular class? No, we will not discuss. What we will discuss? If Infosys is doing the software business, intravirus. If Infosys is selling the lorry, that is ultravirus. That's what we will discuss. You cannot answer the questions in the exam unless you do the scanner. Foundation, inter, final, law, audit, tax. SG guarantee. Scanner is very important. CA and auditing also. There is no relationship between the questions and scanner. Question is like eating prepared biryani. Prepared prepared already. They're keeping before you. You have to eat. But in the exam, he will give you rice. He will give masala. He will give the oil. He will give the salt. You make your own biryani and eat it. It will be the question in the exam. Aata. Aata. That's why we should do the scanner, foundation, inter, final, law, audit, tax. If I teach pakka, I will focus on the scanner. Done. Ara, entering into partnership is the ultra vires. Clear? So we should step number one, meaning of the ultra vires. Here, company entering into Mango's business with some other person. Entering into partnership is ultra vires. So company can refuse to pay the amount to Mr. A. Clear? Done na? Next question beta. This question, lengthy question. Beta. This question came in the year 2006. 6, 16, 14, 19. 6, 16, 14, 19. The principal business of the XYZ company limited was acquisition of vacant land, erecting of the houses. Erecting means construction. Erecting means company का धंधा क्या होता है बेटा? Purchasing of the land and making the constructing the buildings and selling. Real estate company like Aparna Constructions are there, no? So like that. Vasavi Group. So they make the buildings, they sell the buildings. In the course of transacting the business, the chairman acquired the knowledge about the arranging the finance for the development of the land. Arranging the finance. Are you getting anything in your brain? What are you getting in your brain? Why? Which case law? Ashbury Railway Carriage Iron Company Limited. Exactly. Their business was laying of the track, but financing. Here, real estate company, financing. That's it. If you in your brain, if you identify this financing and Ashbury is entering into your mind, 6 marks. Otherwise, next attempt. Ganesh, financing. Enti beta, Ashbury financed. Their business is laying of the railway track. Real estate company financing. Yes sir, no sir. So financial development of the project. The XYZ company introduced the financier to another company. Remaining is useless. Whatever. ABC Limited received the agreed fees of 2 lakhs rupees for arranging the finance. The MOA of the company authorized to carry on any other trade. What is the meaning of any other trade? Relating to construction, but not the financing. What is the business of the, what is the objective class of the Ashbury? Mechanical engineering and general contracts. General contracts means contracts relating to laying of the railway track, but not finance. But not these words you have to identify in the exam hall. Any other trade or business which can be, in the opinion of the BOD, advantageously carried on by the company in the connections with the company's general business. Referring to provisions of the company, so he is asking to refer the provision. Which provision is this? And examine the validity of the contract. Perfectly worded. Perfectly. Because this case law facts exactly matching with the Ashbury Railway Carriage Iron Company Limited versus Richard. दिमाग में आंसर आए तो बस नहीं होता बेटा. स्टेप नंबर 1, स्टेप नंबर 2, स्टेप नंबर 3 भी लिखने का आना आपको आ रहा. इट इज वर्ड अबनीश. which अबनीश? Next question बेटा. Objective class of the MOA of the LSR Private Limited Lucknow authorizes to do trading in fruits and vegetables. This is the objective of the company. The company, however, can entered into a partnership with J. Can I enter into partnership and traded in steel? Ikkada he is giving a clue. What is the business of the company? Vegetables. What they dealing? Steel. Here you can identify. But last question, mangoes and mangoes. You have only pitta brain. Which brain? మీకున్న బ్రెయిన్ కి इतना छोटा ब्रेन रहता है आपका बेटा, उतना इंटरप्रिटेशन रहना एग्जाम में. ఎంత ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ ఎగ్జామ్ హాల్ మన బ్రెయిన్ ఏమో ఇంత. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావింగ్ ఎ బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ 9 o'clock విల్ ఫర్గెట్ బై 1 o'clock. పొద్దున తిన్నా మధ్యాహ్నం మర్చిపోతాం. ఏమో తిన్నాను సార్, ఏదో తిన్నా మొత్తం మీద. ఇంకా the liabilities to Mr. J. So as per this partnership agreement with J, company has to pay some amount to J. The company subsequently refused to admit the liability to J on the ground of the ultra virus. So can the company refuse to pay the money to J? Yes, because it is what happens to transaction. Which transaction? Examine the validity of the company's refusal. Refusal is valid. Refusal is company need not make the payment because it is void of initial transaction. देखो डन आ रहा X chemical manufacturing company distributed 20 lakhs to scientific institutions for furtherance of scientific education and research. So which company is this? Chemical company. Object class is manufacturing of the chemicals. So what they're doing, they're making a donation to an organization which makes the scientific education and research. Referring to provisions of the Companies Act to decide whether the distribution of the money is intravirus or ultravirus. See, if this research is related to chemical, intravirus. Which virus beta? If the research is other than chemical, other than, it will be ultravirus. It will be. But question is intravirus, ultravirus. Question is silent. Assumption number one. Assumption number two. Assumption number one. If research is related to chemical business, intravirus company label. Otherwise, ultravirus company will not be. Done. Not ultravirus. If it's related to chemicals, related to not related to chemicals, ultravirus. Next question, beta. The objective class of MOA of the RST Limited authorizes to publish and sell the books. What's the objective of the company? Selling of the books. The company, however, entered into an agreement with Q for supplying of the laptops. Laptop book same है बेटा. वो अलग है ये अलग है वो इलेक्ट्रिक डिवाइस है ये तो हार्ड कॉपी है. इंटरवायरस अल्ट्रावायरस ultravirus for 5 lakhs for sale. Subsequently, company refused to make the payment on the grounds of ultravirus. Can the company make refusal? Yes. Then explain validity of the company's refusal. Refusal is perfectly valid. Ara? Ara? Next question, beta. देखो कितना बार आया question. This question came these many number of times in the exam. Same question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times in the exam. As it is. As it is. Ravi Private Limited was borrowed 5 crores from Mudra Finance Limited. So what is the name of the company? How much they're borrowing? From whom? It may be NBFC, non-banking financial corporation. Then the debt is ultravirus the company. Debt is the company is not supposed to borrow the 5 crores. Examine whether company is liable to repay. Not liable to repay because it's void ab initio. State the remedy if any available to Mudra Finance. What is the remedy available to Mudra? Mudra is supposed to go to ROC before giving the loan. Read the MOA, read the AOA, understand what is intravirus, understand what is ultravirus. For example, out of this 5 crores, 1 crore is intravirus. This can recover. Remaining 4 crores, if it is ultravirus, they cannot recover. Then, so ultravirus transactions are void and so it is a void ab initio. There is no existence of the contract at all. Contract unda? So company is liable to pay the debt amount up to the limit prescribed in the MOA. For example, out of 5 crores, for example, 1 crore is intravirus, that much company can pay. Remaining company not liable to pay. So impact anta. The impact of the doctrine of ultravirus is that the company can neither sue and cannot be sued. We can't file a case for ultravirus transactions. So we have to go to ROC. In the ROC, MOA will be there, which is a public document. Which document? So Mudra Finance Limited can claim the amount within the intravirus amount. Out of this 5 crores, for example, 1 lakh is intravirus, that much only they can claim. Then same question beta, upper wala, this one also. Mudra becomes the BK. Mudra become BK. Amma? Ravi, so Ravi become the AK. AK Private Limited borrowed 36 lakhs from the BK Finance Limited. However, as per MOA, AK Private Limited company maximum borrowing power is 30 lakhs. How much? 30 crores. This 36 crores. Out of this 36 crores, 30 crores intravirus. 6 crores ultravirus. Can we recover? Yes. Can we recover 6? No. Examine AK Private Limited is liable to pay the debt only up to 30. Only up to Check the remedy if any available to BK. Same question बेटा ऊपर 5 बार आया 5 times 1 2 3 4 5 times 6 7 8 times total. Done. Clear. So out of 36, 30 will be intravirus, 6 will be ultravirus. This 30 can be recoverable, 6 cannot be recoverable. Done now. सीधा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बेटा कितना लेंदी क्वेश्चन देखो बेटा. This question came in the exam 1 2 3 4 times आया as it is. As पढ़ेंगे Talvin focus like a JK Limited borrowed a secure loan of 5 crores from the Star Bank. Who is borrowing? JK. Public or private? Public. It is limited. So from whom? Star Bank. How much? To meet its working capital requirements. However, the borrowing powers of the company under the MOA will be restricted to 1 crore. So what does it mean? Up to 1 crore intravirus. Up to 1 CR intravirus. Beyond 1 CR ultravirus. But how much company is borrowing? 5 crore. Out of this 5 crores, 1 crore will be 1 crore will be intravirus. Remaining 4 CR will be ultravirus. Still not clear? On the due date for payment of the loan, the company refused to accept the liability of 5 crores on the ground that borrowing was ultravirus. Company said, I will not pay this 5 crores. Can they say? No. Liable to repay. This 1 crore, liable to repay. This will be generally not liable. Generally not liable because it is ultravirus. Clear? Still no clear question? The company's books of accounts show that the company has utilized loan amount of 3 crores for payment of the lawful debts. Which debts? Lawful debts. The utilization of the remaining 2 crores cannot be traced. Cannot be traced. Referring to doctrine of ultravirus under Companies Act, examine the validity of the decision of the company denying the payment of the loan and explore the remedy if any available to bank. So this is the one option. So generally out of 5 crores, 1 crore is intravirus, company is liable, 4 crores is not liable, general loan. But this is step number 1 and step number case 3, step number 3, case 1. This is case 1. This will be yes. Case 2. Case 2. How much loan it is taken? But actually 5 crores. Out of this 5 crores, 1 crore is intravirus. Company is liable to repay. So 4 crores will be ultravirus. But what he gave better here in another case, out of this, no, 3 crores will be lawful. 3 crores will be used for lawful. 1 crore is used for the unlawful purpose. So can we recover this one? Yes. This one? Yes. This one? No. Then if out of this 5 crores, 3 crores is used for the lawful purpose. Which purpose? So first 1 crore is intravirus, we can recover. Kitna bach gaya? 4 crores. Out of this 4 crores, 3 crores is used for the lawful business. Can we recover it? Yes. 1 crore, some other purpose which is unlawful maybe. Then it cannot be recovered. It cannot be. How much amount is coming here? But how much is showing here? 2 crores. To confuse you. To see, ఇక్కడ ఏమని చెప్పిండు? ఇక్కడ if ఉంటుంది. If the company's books of account show that company utilized the loan amount of 3 crores for the repayment of the debt which is lawful and utilization of the remaining 2 crores cannot be traced. Yes or no, sir? Out of these 2 crores, 1 crore is intravirus. 1 crore is maybe ultravirus. Then that cannot be recovered. That cannot be. Can you able to answer this kind of questions just by reading the section? No. It's not intravirus, but it is recoverable. It is recoverable. That is the answer given. He is explaining meaning of the doctrine of ultravirus. Generally, it is void and inoperative. So, company cannot be sued for the ultravirus transactions. MOA is a public document. So, before giving the money, you have to examine the documents filed with the ROC as per doctrine of constructive notice. Decision. Case 1. First question. Case 1. The decision of the company denying the repayment of the loan being ultravirus is valid up to 4 crores. Up to case 1. 1 crore liable, 4 crores not liable. Done. In this question, 2 cases are there. Identification of 2 cases is important. Up to here, 1 question. Up to here, from here, another question. Clear? Case 1 is clear. Case 2. If the funds have been applied for the legitimate means lawful. Legitimate ante lawful. Ade chinna question la question em ichillu lawful dates. Lawful and legitimate. Lawful ante legitimate. Then illegitimate means bad purpose. So if the funds have been applied for the legitimate business purpose, the lender steps into the shoes of the debtor paid off. Consequently, he would be entitled to recover the loan to the extent of the legitimate purpose. 3 crores. Used for which purpose? That if this word is not there, if this word is not there, but answer ends by here itself. Because of this word, all this cinema came again. So therefore, JB Limited cannot deny the repayment of the. They can't deny. So as it is utilized for the lawful purpose, despite of ultravirus, despite of the ultimately company has no remedy available to recover the balance amount of 1 crore only. Then this is the answer given by ICAI. Answer either shuru hua beta idhar tak. Clear? Done. To answer this kind of the questions, you should fall in love with the law. बार बार पढ़ना, 4 बार पढ़ना, बार बार लिखना, 4 बार लिखना. I explained everything. Can you able to write the answer? इसको writing practice भी करना. अब आ रहा मजा. अब देखो still few more questions are there बेटा. देखो तो मजा आता. क्या आता? कभी कभी thumbs up भी आता. See, but moreover each question is coming 4 to 5 times. कितना बड़ा रहा देखो. I am writing the MTP, RTP, which RTP, which MTP also I am writing. See, next, maybe he may change the name in the place of ABC, he may replace with XYZ. That's it. XYZ Limited was into sale and purchase of the iron rods. Which rods, beta? This was the main objective of the company mentioned in the MOA. As per MOA of the company, the objective class, as per objective class, they have to buy and sell the rods. The company entered into contract with Mr. John for some finance related work. Which work? Which case law? Asbury. In the finance? No. Later on, the company repeated the contract being ultravirus. Can the company repeat the contract? Yes. Same thing was happened in the Asbury. With reference to the same, briefly explain the meaning of doctrine of ultravirus. What are the consequences of ultravirus? This question can go 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Each question is coming 3 to 4 times. So, same question like Asbury. It is a ultravirus transaction. ABC cannot enter into contract which is beyond the scope of the objective class. It will be null and void. Null and. Next question beta. This was asked in 18. When beta? November 18 में MTP में आया beta. The objective class of MOA of the ABC Private Limited Company authorizes the company to carry on the business of trading in fruits and vegetables. The company directors recently concluded the board meeting decided and accordingly the company ordered the fish for the purpose of trading. FSH Limited supplied the fish to ABC Limited worth of 36 lakhs. This 36 lakhs intravirus, ultravirus. Vegetables, fish ఒకటేనా? Vegetables is veg, fish is non-veg. Fish will have the life. It will cry when you are killing it. It will cry while you are eating it. What is the business of the company? Vegetables. But what they are doing? Fish. Can they do so? No. The members of the company convened the external general meeting and negated the proposal. And opposing the proposal. Negated means opposing the proposal on the grounds of ultravirus. You should know all these things, meaning of all these things. Negated means opposite, opposing the proposal. Opposing the proposal, valid and invalid? Opposing is valid. Members are asking, we are giving the money to trade in vegetables. So why, how can you buy the fish? Can they ask like that? Yes. FSH Limited being the agreed by the said decision of ABC Limited seeks your advice. कुछ remedy is there for FSH? घर जाना, किधर जाना? कुछ भी नहीं है. Sir, no sir. Ultravirus. Void ab initio. Aram. They can hold the director's personal liable. Whom liable? Directors. Because for ultravirus transaction, directors are personally liable. Company will not be liable. Clear? Bolong. Questions based on the indoor management. Indoor management. We kept 20 starts for the document of indoor management in the running notes. कितना बार आया? How many times? So many times. Nearly 10 to 15 times आया. Explain the doctrine of indoor management. Indoor management as applicable in case of companies. Explain also circumstances in which outsider dealing with company cannot claim the relief and exceptions to indoor management. The main purpose of indoor management is to give the protection to innocent outsiders, but in few cases they cannot get the protection. So what are the exceptions he is asking. Then what are the exceptions beta? First one, knowledge of the irregularity. We discussed the case of Harvard versus Patent Ivory Company Limited. Discussed the suspicion as to irregularity, that is the Anand Biharilal versus Dinsha. We discussed the and forgery, that is Rubin versus Great Single Consolidated Company. We discussed the आरा ये देखो आंसर गिवन बाय ICAI. कितना लंबा आंसर दिया. दिख रहा? इसमें आधा तो लिखना कम से कम. सगमन रहना रहा सगमन. It is up to you how many times you should revise this. This question came 20 times. How many times, sir? आराम बोलो. Next question beta. భయం అవుతుందా నాన్న? See the next question beta. This question came only this many number of times. As it is, he may change the names. Here Mohan is there, for example. He made it as a X. X will Mohan, Mohan will become Ganesh, Ganesh will become Satish. That is the only difference. Salvin, Kenai, Mitro mere pyari Desh Vasyo. Mr. X purchases some goods from Measures ABC Limited on credit. Who is buying? From whom? How? A credit period of 1 month was allowed to Mr. X. How much credit period? Before the due date, Mr. X went to company and wanted to repay the amount of the due from him. So before due date only he went. After 25 days only he went to company. He repaid the loan. He found only Mr. Z, who was the factory supervisor. So in the company, who is there? Z. To whom we have to repay? Cashier or accountant. To whom we have to repay? Cashier. But who is there in the office? Mr. Z. Mr. Who is he? He is a cashier or accountant? He is a supervisor of the company. Mr. Z told to X that accountant and cashier was on leave. Accountant is on leave. So he is the in charge of receiving the money and he may pay the amount to him. So he said cashier is not there, you give the money to me. Can he say like that? No, he's not a cashier. How can he take the money? Clear, but here your father came to pay the fees. Madam, principal madam is not there. One coordinator said, "You can pay the fees to me." Can he ask like that? But he's asking. So Mr. Z issued the receipt under his signature. Under his signature. So in the company name, he issuing the receipt also. He's signing. Who's signing? That in charge. Then, but what we will think? He's authorized. That's why he's taking. Ankutam and comma. Your father came to pay the fees. But receptionist is not there. Or account cashier madam is not there. Then but coordinator said, "Sir, right now cashier is not there. So you can give the fees to me." Your father paid the fees to that coordinator. Coordinator got the receipt also in the academy name. Then what coordinator is doing? He may be eating the money instead of accounting it to company. Chances there, no? 2 months later, still no clear. So he gave the money to cashier. Cashier gave the receipt also. After 2 months, Measures ABC Limited issued the notice to X for non-payment. Non-payment of the dues within the stipulated time, specified time. X informed the company that he has already cleared the dues and he is no more responsible for the same. Can he say like that, being a outsider? Who is X? Customer. Being customer, he said, "I already paid the fees. I already paid the amount." Can he say like that? Yes. Because he came to organization. In the organization, code in our academy, coordinator authorized, cashier authorized, principal authorized. He don't know, no, beta. He's a employee of the academy. He's taking the fees. What your father will feel? He's authorized. That's why he's taking. What is coming into my indoor management? Which management? Here, X is a customer, outsider. X is a Z is a insider. Z is a who is supervisor? Yes sir, no sir. Being the innocent outsider, smart we will assume since he is authorized, that's why he is taking. That's what we will feel. The question calculate. He also contended that Z is the employee of the company. Z is the and to whom the payment to whom he has made the payment. And being the outsider, he trusted the words of the will we trust the employees of the company? Yes. As duty distribution is the job of the internal management. Duty distribution ante who should take the fees? Principal, vice principal, coordinator in our academy, in the company, accountant, cashier, branch manager. That is internal management. Which management? Analyze the situation, decide whether X is free from his liability. X will be free from his liability. He need not pay the money again because being an outsider, he assumes that internal affairs are complied with as per articles of association. And clear? आ रहा क्वेश्चन? मजा आता क्या था? ये देखो कितना लंबा लंबा क्वेश्चंस है ना. This question came so many times. So many times. So the answer given by ICI. This is the answer given by ICI. See, it is rightful for the X to assume that Z is the also authorized to receive the money. Then X will be relieved from his liability. X will be relieved from his liability. Done na beta? Next question beta. Mr. R, a manufacturer of toys approaching MNO private limited for supplying of the raw material. For supplying of the raw material worth of 1,50,000. Mr. R was offered a credit period of the 1 month. Same question, same question more or less. R went to company prior to the due date and met Mr. C, an employee at a billing counter who convinced the farmer. Farmer means R. That payment can be made to him as billing cashier is on the leave. More or less same question. Done na beta? Okay, number I question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Item 9, 10, 11, 12 times వచ్చింది బెట. Same question. Done. So question number 20. This answer చూడండి ఎంత ఇచ్చిందో. Next question number 20. Question number 20. Sound Syndicate Limited is a public company. its articles of association empowers the managing agents. Managing agents means BOD. Managing agents to borrow both short-term, long-term loans on behalf of the company. Mr. Liddell, director of the company, approaching Easy Finance Limited. Easy Finance Limited, a non-banking financial company, for the loan of 25 lakhs in the name of the company. AOI of the company empowering the BOD to borrow the money. So BOD can borrow on behalf of the company. So one director is there, but Liddell is approaching the Easy Finance Limited. How much is taken by the loan? 25 lakhs. The lender agreed and provided the said loan. Later, Syndicate Limited refused to repay the loan borrowed on the pretext that no resolution authorizing such loan has been actually passed by the company, and lender should have inquired the same prior to providing the such loan. Hence, company is not liable to pay. Company is not liable to pay. So, BOD is saying that so resolutions are not passed, so we are not liable. That is ultra virus. What is it getting? Tarkan Road, Royal British Bank versus Tarkan. So the same thing has happened. Royal British Bank assumed that resolutions are passed. Yes, sir, no, sir. Analyze the above situation in terms of the provisions of the doctrine of indoor management. Examine whether contents of the sound company is correct or not correct. Whether company is supposed to repay the money? Yes. Because being an outsider, he assumes that internal affairs are compliant. Internal affairs are company saying it's all troubles, I will not pay. Can the company say like that? No. Being an innocent outsider, what we assume? Internal affairs are authorized. See, as per AOA, BOD authorized or not? Authorized to borrow. So what we will assume? Since he is authorized, he is borrowing. That's what we will assume. Then, doctrine of indoor management. Doctrine of indoor management. Pura likhna beta. Even if the company claim that no resolution is authorized loan was passed, the company is bound to repay the loan to Easy Finance Limited, because Easy Finance Limited assumes that internal affairs are complied with same like that case law. Which case law? Royal British Bank versus Tarkand. Not specifying that case law name anywhere, but done. So remaining part we'll discuss in the next class. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Still we have some 35 questions is there, I think. How many questions are there? We discussed till 20. More 10 questions are there. These 10 questions we'll discuss in the next class. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Done. Welcome back to the world of law and SG. Swagatam, suswagatam. मित्रों मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, भाइयों, बहनों, सुनो. So in the last class we discussed till the question number 20. So we'll start from 21. फटाफट आंसर करना बेटा. कैसे करना? बच्चे ना बेटा, कैसे बच्चे? The articles of association of Aruna Limited, which limited? Aruna Limited, empowers the managing directors. Managing agents means directors, board of directors, to borrow the loans on behalf of the company. BOD can borrow on behalf of the company. Same question, 20th also. Same question, on behalf of the company. Ankita, director of the company, borrowed 18 lakhs in the name of the company from Quick Finance Limited, a NBFC. Later on, Aruna Limited refused to repay the money borrowed on the pretext on the argument that no resolution authorizing such loan has been actually passed. Therefore, company is not liable. So, what is happening here? Same like Ashbury Tarkan case law. Which case law? Because before giving the loan, Quick Finance Limited will assume that internal affairs are complied with. Yes sir, no sir. What was happening in this case now? One company is Aruna Limited. As per AOA of the company, BOD can borrow the money. BOD can on behalf of the company. One of the director, Ankita, one of the director borrowed 18 lakhs in the name of the company from the bank. Later, Aruna Limited refused to repay the money on the argument that no resolution authorizing such loan has been passed. The same thing must happen in the Sarkand versus Royal British Bank. But being a bank, before giving the loan, what he will assume? Internal affairs are complied with. Whether company is liable to repay the loan or not, company should be liable to repay the loan. Then same question, 2021, same question, only names are changing. Next question, beta. Difference between MOA and AOA question came in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 98, 2004, 22, 98, and 2002. Nowadays you can't expect this kind of the questions. So last time it was asked in 2022. Very easy question. MOA versus AOA. Next question. What is the meaning of doctrine of constructive notice? Constructive. Very very important. Date question beta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times है. 5 बार है. कितना बार है? Next question. The AOA of XYZ Limited authorizes that the board of directors has the authority to issue the bonds provided issues authorized by the shareholders. Bond means debentures. Bonds means debenture means borrowing. So BOD of the company has the right to borrow and issue the bonds. When if it is authorized by the shareholders by passing the necessary resolution of the general meeting. If shareholders are authorizing, BOD has to borrow. Shareholders are not authorizing, BOD should not borrow. Clear? The company was in dire need of the funds. Company का पास tight चल रहा. कैसे चल रहा? Dire need means urgency. Dire need means urgency. Full tight. The company was in need of the funds, therefore issued the bonds to Mr. X without passing the resolution. Without passing the company is borrowing the loans without passing the resolution. But being a lender, what will assume? Company is passing the resolution. Yes sir, no sir. See, what I'm supposed to teach inside the class? To teach. But what I'm doing? Singing the song. But innocent also will assume that everything is happening in the class as it is supposed to. Either that is there. What is there? Schedule. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Yes sir, no sir. Actually, I'm not teaching, but also will assume that I'm teaching only. In the same way, as per AOA, they have to the consent of the shareholders. Yes sir, no sir. That's how you have to manage the company. BOD has to manage the company by taking the consent of shareholders. But being outside, what he will assume? The complying only. Yes sir, no sir. So can X recover the money from the company? Answer is yes. Decide different to relevant provisions of the company sector. So provision is the doctrine of indoor management. The facts of the case are similar to Royal British Bank versus X can recover. X can. Hmm? I said 15 stars. How many stars? The articles of the company required that all the deeds should be signed by MD and CS. As per AOA, if company is entering into an agreement, that agreement should be signed by and CS. The executive director on behalf MD, CS, and the executive director. 3 people have signed on behalf of the company. The deed of mortgage was signed by MD on behalf of the company in favor of the Z. Can it be valid? As per agreement, how many people have signed? 3 people. Are you getting anything when you're discussing this thing? What are you getting? Kotla Venkata Swami versus Chinta Rama Murthy. Kotla Kotla Venkata Swami versus Chinta Rama Murthy. Agreement is not a because as per the AOA, it must be signed by how many people? MD, secretary, and the executive director. It was signed only by only MD signing. Only MD signing, not signed by CS, not signed by executive director. Same case we discussed now. This question was asked. Here is missing. Maybe 24, 23. Then what is the effect of MOA and AOA once it is registered? We discussed starting law. Once MOA was filed with ROS, it becomes public document. Deemed to be signed by every member. Every member is binding towards the contents of MOA and AOA. Any person can inspect these documents at a ROC. Yes or no, sir? Done. Then amount specified in the MOA will become debt due by member to company. It is already. ये देखो, we kept star Effect of registration of MOA. Effect of registration of once it is registered, it is given to be signed by every member, and agreements to observe all the everyone has to follow the MOA and the AOA. Amount specified in the MOA will become debt due by member to company. Done? Clear? Below. Next question, beta. Question number 27. This was asked in 23-22. As per Articles of Association of XYZ Private Limited, the board of directors can take the loan up to 5 lakhs for the company. Board can take on up to 5 lakhs by passing the board resolution. So up to 5 lakhs, BR is sufficient. Board consent is sufficient up to 5 lakhs. In case the loan amount in excess of the 5 lakhs, SR is required to be passed in the general meeting. If it is above 5 lakhs, if it is above 5 lakhs plus, shareholders have to pass the special resolution in the general meeting. Due to urgent need of the funds, the BOD applied the loan in a reputed bank for the 10 lakhs without passing the resolution in the general meeting. The BOD gave an undertaking to the bank that a special resolution has been passed for the loan. Gopal. See, up to 5 lakhs, DR is sufficient. Beyond 5 lakhs, SR is required. So, company was in need of the money. Company taking the 10 lakhs. Company taking the, but without passing the, BOD gave a information to the bank undertaking declaration. BOD said to bank that SR has been passed. Bank on believing such a undertaking lend the money. On demanding the repayment of the loan, company denied the payment as it is a ultra virus advice. Can the bank recover the loan? Answer is yes. Because being an outsider, we assume that the internal affairs are complied with. Then వాళ్ళు నమ్మించలేదా బ్యాంక్ ను డైరెక్టర్స్ actually SR is not passed. SR is not but they said that SR is passed. We would give a undertaking to the bank that SR has been. Bank is a innocent outsider. Bank is a token of indoor management. Token of bank can claim the amount. Bank can claim the. We kept 15 stars. How many stars? A Limited is formed with its articles stating that one X shall be solicitor of the company and he shall not be removed except on the ground of proved misconduct. Can the company remove the X from the position of the solicitor even though he is not guilty of misconduct? There is a company beta A Limited. As per the articles of association of the company, X is the officer, lawyer of the company, advocate. We should not remove the X unless we proving is a bad boy. But without proving he is a bad boy, can we remove him? AOA contains 3 things. How company is liable to member, how member is liable to company, how member is liable to another member. 3 things are there. Who is X? Employee. Is a member? No. AOA will create the relationship between company and member, member and company, member and member. AOA speaking with the members but not with the outsiders. Yes sir, no sir. So as per articles of association of the company, X shall be solicitor of the company. He shall not be removed except on the proved misconduct. Can company remove the X from the position of the solicitor even though he is not guilty? Can you remove him without proving he is a bad boy? Are you able to understand? As per AOA, AOA speaking with employee member. AOA speaking with employee member, but not with the. When I'm not talking to you, how can you file a case on me? ఏవో ఎవరితో మారుతుంది మెంబర్స్ తోటి ఎక్స్ ఎవడు ఎంప్లాయీ ఎక్స్ ఎవడు రిమూవ్ వ్యాలిడ్ అండ్ వ్యాలిడా perfectly why because contents of AOA will not binding on the employees. AOA, these are the members, these are the employees. I said to member, she is our HR, her duty, her right. Member, she is our accountant, her duty, her right. Can member file a case on the company? Yes. Can employee file a case on the company? No. Then beta, AOA speaking with the owners about the employees, but not with employees, but not with the clear. Then contents of AOA will not be binding on the employees, but it contains rights and duties of employees. AOA is speaking with the owners. AOA is speaking with the regarding the rights and duties of the employees. समझ में आया बेटा? Sir, yesterday you said that AOA contains the rights and duties of employees. Yes, it contains rights and duties of employees, but it is speaking with the owners. For this removal, can owner file a case? Yes. For this removal, can employee file a case? No. So, as per provisions, X cannot enforce the rights. X cannot enforce the hence action taken by company perfectly valid. Who is X? Solicitor. X cannot file a case. Ara. Easy gunnaya. Asal ke. Next question, beta. The secretary of the company. Secretary means CS. The secretary of the company issued a share certificate to A under the company's seal with his own signature and signature of the director forged. So, in case of forgery, can we get the production of indoor management? In case of forgery, can we get the production of indoor management? Which case la? Reuben versus Great Finger. So, in this company, CS is issuing a share certificate by making the forgery of the director. See, CS of the company issuing the share certificate. Issuing the share certificate to A under the common seal of the company with his own signature, with his and signature director forged by him. A borrowed the money from B on the strength of the certificate. B wanted to realize the security and requested the company to register him as a shareholder. Can he get the production of document of indoor management? No, because it's a forgery case. A case forgery, null, and void ab initio. So one cannot get the production of indoor management for forgery cases. Yes, of the company issuing a share certificate affixing the common seal by making the forgery of two directors. Same thing is there or not? Sir, after completion of my class, if you don't open the book, if you don't read 4 times, if you don't read 4 times, forget about the attempt. आरा क्या आ रहा कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा. So same beta. This question is nothing but that Reuben versus Great Single Considered Company Limited. Next question. The P, Secretary of the XYZ Limited, issues share certificate in favor of A. Who is issuing a share certificate? P of XYZ Limited. To whom it is given share certificate? A. In favor of A. Purporting to be signed by two directors. Purporting to be ante supposed to be. Purporting ante purporting to be signed by the directors. Affixing the common seal without authority. Without authorities. Who is signing? P. Whose signature? Director signature. Yes sir, no sir. Can A hold the company liable for the shares covered by the share certificate under the provisions of the Companies Act? Answer is no, because doctrine of indoor management will not be applicable for forgery. Purporting to be signed means forgery. वो समझना एग्जाम హాల్ में డిక్షనరీ ఉండదు ఉంటదా పైన ఇచ్చిండు క్లియర్ గా ఇచ్చిండు హియర్ ఫోర్జరీ అని ఇక్కడ పర్పోర్టింగ్ టు బి సైన్డ్ అంటే supposed to be signed. Someone has signed, but someone else is signing. Done. అది జనరల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అంతే. యూ హెవ్ డెవలప్ యువర్ వొకాబులరీ. అటెండ్ ద స్పోకెన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ క్లాస్ ఇన్ ద యూట్యూబ్. యూట్యూబ్ అవి చూస్తారు, ఇవి చూడరు. కొరియనా? నెక్స్ట్, under Articles of Association of Sunshine Limited, the directors of the company has the power to borrow up to, directors can borrow up to 10,000 without the consent of the shareholders in the general meeting. Beyond 10,000, shareholders consent is required. The director themselves lending 35,000 rupees to company without the consent, without the, who is giving the loan? Directors. To whom? Company. How much? 35. Beyond the 10,000 without passing the SR. Are you getting anything? Which case la? Harvard versus Patent Ivory Company Limited. As it is copy pasted. Harvard versus Patent Ivory Company Limited. I said this case law was asked and Japan would already. Still keeping. देखो Harvard versus Patent Ivory Company Limited. 10,000, 35,000 ఉందా? Same amount is there na? 1,000 to 3,500. Zero added, that's it. As it is. I kept star also. Few people are sleeping, few people are not getting anything. So, without consent and took the debentures of the company. Whether company is liable. Company liable only up to 10,000. Remain 25, not liable. If so, the extent of the liability. How much is liable? 10. Same thing we discussed the case law. Harvard versus Patent Ivory Company Limited. Copy paste. Harvard versus. In the place of Harvard, is replacing with the director name. Idea. Ivory Company Limited place is replacing with the Sunshine Limited. That's it. You have to put efforts, Nana. Next question, beta. The directors of the Smart Computers Limited borrowed the sum of money from Tridev. Who is borrowing the money? Directors. From whom? Tridev. The company's articles provided that directors may borrow on bonds such sums as may be from time to time authorized by the shareholders in the general meeting of the company. So directors can borrow if it is authorized by the shareholders. The shareholders claimed that there had been no resolution authorizing the loan. Therefore, it was taken without the authority and companies not bound to repay the loan to Tridev. But what Tridev will think? Companies pass the resolutions. Yes sir, no sir, because BOD has to manage as per AOA. As per the, even they're not following, being innocent outsider, they will assume that everything is happening as per AOA. I should teach as per schedule and not teaching. Still, management will assume that I'm teaching as per schedule only. Whether company is liable to repay or not, because they can get the production of doctrine of indoor done. With this, we have done with this chapter MOA, AOA, including scanner. 32 questions only on MOA, AOA. Each question comes 3 times. That means nearly 100 questions we have completed only on MOA, AOA. इसको बार बार पढ़ना, 4 बार पढ़ना, बार बार लिखना, 4 बार लिखना. Done. The remaining part will discuss in the next class. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Done. Bolo. Chalo. So we'll do the questions on the share capital. First question, classification of the share capital. Classification of the, this question came 3-4 times in the exam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the exam. Classification, that is authorized capital, issued capital, subscribed capital, called up capital, paid up capital. Right question. Yes or no sir? Next one is the explain the kinds of shares in the company. Kinds of the shares, equity shares and the preference shares. Also explain when capital shall be deemed to be preference shares. So is asking what is the meaning of preference shares. Preference shares means who has two priorities. How many priorities? Over the equity. During the life of the company, right to receive the dividend. During the winding up of the company, right to get the repayment of the capital. That's it. So types of the share capital and types of the shares. Share capital two types. Types of shares two types: equity shares, preference shares. And share capital again, how many types? So nominal capital or authorized capital, issued capital, substitute capital, called up capital, paid up capital. And clear na beta? So we'll start the remaining part in the next class. Have a great time. Enjoy the day.